We got 2 minutes. Oh, we're ready? Okay. All right. I got. Oh, okay. Yep. Mine just turned 6 over here.
It's time.
It's time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off.
It's time for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will be going. This is the payoff pitch. Let's see if Shea can get out of the inning here. The kick and deliver. Swung on it, missed it, got him. 12 strikeouts for Shea Shanneman. That one hits to left field. They're going to left field. They go back. Keep going back, and that thing is going to be gone. It's out of here. Holy moly, Cole Evans. 370 feet. Cole Evans got a hold of that thing. Wow. That one hit to short. Cervantes is second, back to first, and they get him. Nicely turned double play there, the old 6-4-3, and there's 2 down. Their double play tonight turned by the Busters.
Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Josh Salmon with you, voice of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball here on, there we go. Sorry, here on your Saturday nights for Western Nebraska Pioneers. Game number 2 of the 3-game series as Western Nebraska won last night. We'll talk about that more here in just a little while. Take a look at the records now. There's been some changes in standings in the Clark division. Now, Moo won yesterday. They're 12-3. They're still in first, but they're only half game up on Spearfish and 1 game up on Western Nebraska. Pure Trappers are 5 games back in 4th place. Sioux Falls is 6.5, and Hastings is 7 games back. So Sioux Falls won yesterday. We lost, so they are now a half a game ahead of us, is the way it works. All right? So that's interesting. The top there especially. So this series is very important to Western Nebraska because if they lose twice and the Moo win twice, then they're a couple games back, but Spearfish in there as well in the equation. And if we win a couple times, we could move up some serious ground, but we need Pierre and Sioux Falls to lose too. So that's, you got to love baseball. That's this time of year, and everybody's watching the standings, and that's the kind of thing to go. We'll talk to head coach Chandler Wagner about that subject here in a little bit, and we'll take a look at the rosters as well. Let's look at last night's game. We're going to recap this. It was not a pretty played game for the Sodbusters on pitching. Anyways, the offense I think did pretty well, but you look at the score. It was 9-5. Okay. Well, you look at that, and Western Nebraska had 5 hits, scored 9 runs on 5 hits. Sodbusters had 12 hits, scored 5 runs. A lot of walks. A lot of walks on that game. I had 10 walks issued for Western Nebraska batting last night, and you can't issue 10 walks and expect anything less than a loss on that one. As for Hastings, the bats came around. I mean, they had 12 hits on that one. 11 walks, actually, for Western Nebraska, as I look at it. 12 hits here for Hastings, and, they scored the 5 runs, which isn't bad. All right, that's not bad at all. 9 strikeouts. You can't, again, that's not very good either, striking out 9 times at the dish. But you look at Western Nebraska, they struck out 10 times. So the losing pitcher last night was Jeremy Schneider. He started, and the winning pitcher was Charlie Deeds, who came out of the bullpen for Western Nebraska. Interesting. Yeah, he was the second pitcher. And so it was a tough game for everybody last night, but mainly for the pitching. For Jeremy Schneider, he went 5 innings, 2 hits, gave up 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Claiborne came in. He had a hard time as well. 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Vasquez came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run, and it was earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. Manny Herrera came in. He got a walk and a strikeout in 1 1/3 innings. And J.T. Cafferty came on at the end just to give the guys a break and throw some innings, throw an inning, I guess, or a couple of batters. He did strike out 2 in 1 inning of work. Short got the start. Luke Short got the start for Western Nebraska yesterday. He was not the pitcher of record. He gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits and struck out 3. Charlie Deeds came in out of the bullpen, went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And then Paul Pandura, came on in relief. He had 2 innings of work and gave up 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. But Deeds ended up being the pitcher of record, and Schneider with the loss. Tonight we have Trayton Scully on the hill. Scully pitched outstanding last time he threw here for the Busters a week ago. It will be a week ago tomorrow, actually, 6 days ago, against Wheat City on June 6th. He got the win on that one. He pitched 8 innings strong, only gave up 2 hits and 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in the 15-0 win. That was the night the bats were just on fire, and so was Scully. He has McGuigan behind the dish again for him tonight. Those two work pretty well together. Everybody works good with McGuigan, right? And so we'll take a look at the lineups here in a little bit. We'll also talk to Coach Chandler Wagner on the pregame show. Tonight is a big promotional night here at Duncan Field, as it's 9 innings of winnings. We've been talking about it, but there's things from 55-inch TVs to Garth Brooks tickets, season tickets for the Sodbusters next season, a $700 Traeger grill. There's golf gift certificates. There's got scratch-off lottery tickets. Must be 19 years old to buy your raffle tickets here and have a chance to win those prizes. There's an autographed bat by the entire 2021 Sodbuster team. So, pretty cool. If you look on the field, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but we have Mattson hitting ground balls to the guys. Some of the pitchers actually working on fielding ground balls out there as well. Not all of them, but some of them are pitchers. And so that's kind of cool to see him step up and do that for the other guys. Good connection between these two squads. We'll talk to Coach Wagner about that. He knows the coaches very well over there. He works with them on a regular basis at KU. And some of the players know each other, and he knows some of the players, and their players know our players. And so it's kind of a fun atmosphere, but also you'd like to win. So we'll come back with that interview and your starting lineups here in a little bit. This is the Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon with you here from Duncan Field. And let's hear this word.
Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience, a place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game.
Welcome back to Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon with you. Duncan Field, 90 degrees here right now. A little warmer than it was yesterday. And wind blowing in from left to right as we started yesterday's game as well. Take a look at your starting lineups here for Western Nebraska. We'll start there and looks similar to last night's. A little bit different. Eric Smelko is in center field. He'll lead things off. Dalton Frank at shortstop. He is batting second. You have Cade McGee, again in batting third. He is at third. Tyler Davis tonight is in the cleanup spot. He is the catcher. JT Walden played first base last night. He is batting fifth tonight in left field. John Ponder, a late move for him to go DH. He was originally going to start in right field, but he got moved over to DH. He is batting sixth. We have Kip Gronholz, who came in a defensive and hitting replacement last night. He is batting seventh at second base. Batting eighth is Ethan Hergert. Didn't play in yesterday's game. He is at first base, and Nate Marroquin is right field. He was originally going to start at DH, so him and Ponder just switched basically positions, DH to right field. So again, it is Smelko, Frank, McGee, Davis, Walden, Ponder, Gronholz, Hergert, and Marroquin, with Randall Garza on the hill for Western Nebraska. look at Hastings, and they lead things off with Omar Jackson. He is in at center field. Justin McGuigan is your catcher, batting second. Cole Dawson, shortstop, batting third. JT Cafferty started at first base last night, came into pitch. Or no, excuse me, he was DH last night and pitched. He is in right field tonight, batting fourth. Jack Hammond back in the lineup. He is DH tonight, batting fifth. Matson over to third base once again, batting sixth. Matt Rodriguez at first base tonight. First time I've seen him at first base. He's batting seventh. Carson Gahoy is in left field, batting eighth. And a last-minute addition, Ian Riley at second base. Originally, Tyler Monroe was going to start, but for whatever reason, Ian Riley is starting at second base. And pitching tonight, as I mentioned, is going to be Trayton Scully. So Scully was lights out and very good last week against Wheat City. We hope for something similar here tonight. So again, it's Jackson, McGuigan, Dawson, Cafferty, Hammond, Matson, Rodriguez, Cahoy, and Riley. I had a chance to catch up with Wagner, head coach Chandler Wagner, about last night's game, and it's one of those things. He's like, I'm sorry I didn't come up last night after the game for the post-game interview. And I was like, I understand last night's game. There was a lot of frustration. That's why I just waited till today to interview you. I know how the game goes. Well, let's hear that interview right now.
All right, with manager Chandler Wagner, obviously tough pill to swallow yesterday. Again, a lot of walks given up there. It's rare to see a team that scores 9 runs on 5 hits and that kind of thing. So we've got to clean up there. The defense better. That's a good positive.
Yeah, just try to get it all to click on the same day, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. More times than not, so far this summer, it hasn't really clicked on all cylinders in the same game, but hitting's come around. Our starting pitching, I would say, has been our strength up until the last few games, and our bullpen needs to step up now and kind of start shutting the door, and I think they've been even better than in the beginning of the summer, but yeah, we just got to get it all rolling at the same time. We'll be all right.
All right, so you know a lot of the guys from Western Nebraska obviously coach with 2 of their coaches. Some of these players know some of those guys. So this is kind of a really fun series for you guys in that way with some rivalries and some friendships.
Yeah, it's a good time. Obviously, it's a lot more fun when we beat them, but yeah, it's a good time. It's fun talking Jackson Cobb, and he was a Sodbuster for a little bit last year, and Tony, like a little brother to me, so it's fun getting to talk to those guys a little bit during the game. It's a good time.
Very good. All right, and then do you look at the standings at all at this point? I mean, it's just Sioux Falls and Hastings just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah, a little bit every once in a while. I try to kind of avoid it and just look forward to the next game. So every once in a while I check in, though.
It's pretty important for these guys because Moo is only 1 game up now, and you know they could really take things over if they win the next 2 days. So you guys are up to play spoilers. It's kind of a double-edged sword because if you win these 2, you're helping out the Moo, but if you lose these 2, you're not helping yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. So early in the summer, like I just want to go out there and compete every day and get these guys better and win some games along the way. And whether we end up in first at the end of the summer or not, I mean, all we can do is go out there and compete every day. So whatever happens at that point, and just want their best effort. So
I think the offense was pretty good yesterday. I mean, if you would have erased that 1 inning, you know, and some of the walks, probably would have won this thing because the offense looked like they played pretty well.
Yeah, you take away about half the walks that we had yesterday, I think we win that game, which is frustrating, and that's what we talked to them about after the game. And it's not like these guys don't understand what happened yesterday. They know exactly what happened, and where it started was on the mound. And I think we competed up until the last out when the guy made the sliding, diving play, whatever it wasn't right. And yeah, I mean, we compete with the bats, and I think our bats just keep getting better, and I'm happy about that.
Trayton Scully tonight pitched an outstanding last time. Hopefully he's got that momentum into this game.
Yep, it's going to be a big start for him. We're just looking for him to get on the mound and set the tone early.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
There you go. Head coach Chandler Wagner talking about last night's loss in today's game, and Scully just pitched a gem last time out last Sunday against Wheat City, hoping for something similar here tonight, and that way, and the defense actually wasn't that bad last night either. There was an error or so, but it was mostly just that pitching that fell apart with all the walks. You can't walk 11 batters. And, by the way, Western Nebraska had 10 stolen bases. That doesn't help either. So McGuigan back there tonight, and, he's got a good arm. Not that the catcher last night didn't. I'm not saying that, but Nick Carlson, not by any means, but it was just situational, and they would steal off the pitcher. I mean, the catcher couldn't do much when the pitcher wasn't even looking him back. But then again, you walk them, they're on base. I mean, when you score 9 runs on 5 hits, there's something going on with the pitching there. So we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully Scully can come out and pitch a gem again. He was keeping some stats last night. He says he wants to be a coach eventually, and so he kind of acts as a coach, I think, a little bit there on the bench when he's not pitching on his off days and helps keep stats and whatever else, too. So that's kind of a cool thing. And guys helping each other out. There's guys hitting ground balls to each other here on the field right now, and Getting set for first pitch. We're about 20 minutes away yet from first pitch. Josh Salmon with you from Duncan Field. 90 degrees here with the winds blowing very softly right now from left to right. We had some 22-mile-an-hour winds yesterday, 25 the day before. But it wasn't as hot yesterday at this time. It's warm, especially down there in the field. It's warm as well. And we'll see. I don't know. The guy's used to playing in heat, so it's not too bad. That kind of thing. We'll take a break and come back, and we'll look at the lineups once again. We'll kind of recap yesterday's number. Look at some of the league leaders, several between these two teams, including one Hastings Sodbuster who's leading in a batting category, leading the entire league in batting. We'll get to that here in a little bit.
For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey, you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to the Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon with you. Nate Miller to my right, getting the cameras all set up for your action tonight on YouTube, and running the sound over here for Mixler Radio. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You always go back and watch the games as well on YouTube until the next day, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes I do that when I go home. I watch a little bit of it. It's usually kind of late by the time I get home, so I watch a little bit and then go back to bed, but watch it the next day. Well, let's take a look at some of the league leaders here for the Expedition League, and these are all in the Clark division. All right, but leading the Clark division in hitting, batting average, 442 is Cole Dawson. Our very own Cole Dawson. Cole was third, I believe, yesterday in the standings. And, well, when you get 3 hits, 3 for 5 last night, an RBI, that moves him up. So he's batting 442 on the season. Outstanding hitter. Nice young man. Good athlete out there. He's leading in batting. Pioneers is third. Felton, who's not in the lineup, he is batting 412. Look at home runs. Brock Reller from the Moo lead everything in home runs. He's got 7. The nearest is Pioneers' Frank, the shortstop, playing tonight. He is at third place. Davis, who's the catcher tonight, has 2 home runs, and Walton has 1. Obviously, those on the road, we haven't seen any home runs here at Duncan Field yet. Got close last night a couple times, but nothing out. Look at RBIs. Brock Reller leads in that as well for the Moo, 19. Cutter from the Pioneers has 12, and Frank has 12 as well for Western Nebraska. Pioneers, McGee, who's in the starting lineup tonight. Cade McGee is 1, 2, 3. He's tied for third in wins, which is interesting. We've seen him at third base. He's got 2. And now the rest of their pitchers are tied for wins. But he's normally a position player. Mitch Stone of Sunfish lead the league in 25 strikeouts. Edwards from Pioneers has 21. Jeremy Schneider pitched last night, has 19. On the bottom of the top 6 list here. ERA, Alex Wise from the Moose is 0.75. Pioneers Edwards is 213, and our very own Leaf Holteen is 2237, so 2.37 for Leaf Holteen. So there you go, some leaders in the league. I'll remind you of those as we go along. Western Nebraska Pioneers 11-4. Have a 4-game winning streak, including last night's. Hastings Sodbusters 1-game losing streak after the 2-game win against Moo in the last 2 games of that 3-game series. So they lost last night. Last 10, they've been 3-7. Western Nebraska has been 8-2. Playing some good baseball right now. And so Coach talked about how he knows the coaches over there. Those guys know each other pretty well. Some of these players used to play each other. Obviously, Trevor Matson was on Western Nebraska last year, and he has to come over to Hastings this year. So happy to have him. Assistant coach is Jackson Cobb for Western Nebraska. He was a Sodbuster a little bit last year. Antonio Garcia and Trent Kiefer are your coaches over there, and Antonio Garcia is the head coach for Western Nebraska Pioneers. 9 innings of winning going on tonight. You still have time to get out to the ballpark. We're about 15 minutes away from first pitch. Giving away all kinds of great prizes, including a $700 Traeger grill. There's a 55-inch TV, Garth Brooks tickets, a very unique photo from Jimmy Rash Photography of the Memorial Stadium. There's 2022 Sodbuster season tickets for next year. There's there's Kansas City Royals tickets for the Crown Club. You can sit up in the Crown Club, watch the game, and enjoy some food and snacks. Lots of great prizes. Scratch-off golf tickets. You have to be 19 older to win. You buy your raffle tickets, and you can win some prizes. 1 prize every inning. 9 innings of winning here. At Duncan Field tonight, 90 degrees, game time. Guys in their yellow jerseys tonight out there swinging the bats, practicing, getting their swing. They've just fielded some ground balls as Jason Frew is going over some stuff with the umpires on the field out there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I always like to meet the watchers and listeners. I know I have a lot of parents and family members that tune into the YouTube or the Mixler and listen a lot, so thank you all for that. I have gotten to meet several of those this year and who live out of state and travel quite a ways to see their kid play once or twice, and that's a cool thing as well to have you out to and experience Duncan Field. I talked to some of these players, and it's like this is a really big stadium to them. I mean, they play college baseball, but some of them play in very small areas and not to this many people, so they love the atmosphere. And what the crowd brings in, and Duncan Field is small enough too, where if you're a crowd, somebody in the crowd, and you yell at the umpire, he's going to hear you. It's not like a major league game where there's 40,000 people and you yell at the ump, and 10 people in your section hear you. It's a lot different here. Son on the third base side, in some of the reserve seat and the general admission seats over there. First base side, right field side, pretty much shaded. Some youngsters here today. There's a good play area over there for them, so that's fun. And it's just going to be a good old time. We're looking forward to some baseball here, about 10 minutes away. On your pregame show, Trayton Scully on the hill for the Hastings Sodbusters tonight, and Garza on the hill for Western Nebraska Pioneers. Let's look at Garza, some numbers for him. This will be his second game. His first start, he's only pitched 1 1/3 innings. He has no ERA, no record, 3 strikeouts. Probably just came in relief once. He has hit 1 batter, and the batting average against him is nothing because he just pitched the 1 1/3 inning. So interesting. See what happens with Garza. Randall Garza will be starting for Western Nebraska tonight. We'll take a break and come back. Post-game show rolls on here in a little bit. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Time out. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Insides Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
All right, welcome back here to Sodbuster Baseball. It is Josh Salmon with you, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. And take a look at some of the other games going on tonight, and some of them have already started, which I'm kind of surprised. But we'll look at those right now in the Clark Division. Sioux Falls hosting Source Valley. So Sioux Falls, we're hoping for them to lose and us to win. It would be nice. We can jump up in the rankings there a little bit. Fremont Moo, obviously hope for them to win. Pierre Trappers, they're hosting Pierre tonight at Moeller Field in Fremont. Spearfish Sasquatch, they're hosting Canyon County Spuds. They should be starting same time as we do. And Western Nebraska Pioneers here at Hastings as we get set for National Anthem here. We'll do that in a little bit. Again, your lineup for Western Nebraska. Eric Smelko leading things off in center field for the Pioneers. Dalton Frank at shortstop batting second. Cade McGee at third base batting third. Tyler Davis is your catcher batting fourth. JT Walden is in left field batting fifth. John Ponder is your DH batting sixth. Kip Gronholz is batting seventh at second base. Ethan Hergert getting the start at first base batting eighth. And Nate Marroquin is in right field batting ninth with Randall Garza on the hill for Western Nebraska. For the Hastings Sodbusters, Omar Jackson will lead things off in center field. It'll be Justin McGuigan behind the dish batting second. Cole Dawson batting third at shortstop. JT Cafferty is batting fourth in right field. Jack Hammond back in the lineup tonight is DH batting fifth. Trevor Matson is at third base batting sixth. Matt Rodriguez is at first base batting seventh. Carson Gahoy is in left field batting eighth, and Ian Riley is at second base batting ninth. With Trayton Scully on the hill for your Hastings Sodbusters. Trayton Scully goes to York College. Him and Manny Herrera are two guys from York College. So we're getting set for somebody to throw out first pitch. Yesterday it ended up being me, which I was really surprised if you missed that. I was on the pregame show, and general manager Scott Galusha walks in, co-owner Scott Galusha walks in. He goes, "Hey, how's your arm?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's all right. You know, I can play catch every once in a while and stuff." And he goes, "Well, how would you like to throw out first pitch?" I'm like, "Well, somebody's either got to take this or go do PA because Steve Stein's over there doing public address, and Steve could easily come over here and fill in while I'm doing." So Scott jumped in, and he did a great job. I went back and watched it last night, made a little fun of me, which I would be disappointed if he didn't. And and I went for style over speed on my throw. It was 43 miles an hour, and I can throw faster than that, but not accurately at all. At least from that distance. I can do outfield. I was an outfielder. I never pitched. So I went 43 miles an hour, and it was mostly kind of a strike. With these umpires, it probably would have been a strike. So we'll leave it at that. Went back and watched my video this morning, and I was like, my form was okay. It was all right. I didn't pull a muscle, and I got the baseball, so that was a cool part as well. Fun experience. The guys were all cheering for me in the dugout, which was my favorite part. They're like, yeah, just like Oswald the guy. So that was really cool. Very nice of them to do that. They wanted me to do the sword thing. Like I throw the ball and then pretend like I'm putting my sword back in my sheath. But I didn't do that. But that would have been cool, huh? It would have been cool if somebody else did it. I'm kind of an old guy. If I did that, I was like, what's this guy doing? Thought about flossing, but nobody wants to see me dance. So I just threw the pitch and walked off. The funniest part was I started doing the pitch, and you usually stand out there. And I wasn't introduced in time, and I was talking to Chandler Wagner, and I'm like, do I go? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. So then I threw the ball, and then Steve's like, hey, Josh Salmon throwing the pitch a little early. And I was like, well, I was standing here. He didn't announce me. So either way, my timing was off. I might have been a little nervous on it. I wasn't expected. I did stretch, and the guys were teasing me out down there in the dugout. Hey, make sure you stretch out there. You know, I'm twice their age. But I didn't pull any muscles. That would be a bad story, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would have an unhappy ending, and I wouldn't have told this story. All right, so there's a guy out there, a young guy throwing. Oh, look, he looks like he's getting a sign. He's going from the stretch. Right-hander, and he throws it. And his pitch was pretty close to what mine was last night, but his was faster. So a 11-year-old kid throws it 4 miles an hour faster than me. I'm okay with that. I'm fine. Again, I wasn't going for speed. I can throw 60-something. That's about it. But it's going for accuracy. Let's take a look at the Sodbusters schedule after this weekend series. Tomorrow, the last two at home for a while. Then they are off Monday, the next 3 Mondays, matters of fact. And they take on Fremont in Fremont, then they're off Thursday, and then take on Western Nebraska and Gering next weekend. Let's have our national anthem here at Duncan Field. Steve Stein will introduce. All right, we'll take a little break and come right back. First pitch coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Stick around. Josh Salmon with you.
Time out. Smith, we only need one more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh, yeah, you've talked about Rudd's Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for one more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit RuttsHeatingandAir.com.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon along with you. Nate Miller to my right. And tonight it's the three of us hanging out, or however many listeners I have out there and watchers. Appreciate you guys tuning in on YouTube and Mixler Radio as we get set. Trayton Scully taking the hill. Scully, this is his fourth appearance. This is his third start. Last time was a gem, as I mentioned. 15 innings pitched this season, 14 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, 1-0 record. ERA is 3.00, which is not bad in this league at all. He's given up a double. Batting average against him is .250. And the Sodbusters could really use a good outing tonight from a starter. And hopefully he can fit the
Adams County Visitors Bureau is
hopefully he can fit that bill. As we get set, it'll be Eric Smelko coming up tonight to lead things off. Smelko from La Mesa, California, as I mentioned, next to Santee, which is where I grew up in California. Of course, I moved away from there before he was even born, but that's okay. Smelko, 0 for 2 last night. 3 walks, though. And look at the stolen bases here. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stolen bases for Western Nebraska last night. Trayton Scully kicks and delivers the righty versus lefty. Smelko shows bunt and doesn't bunt. It is ball 1. Behind Scully, we'll go third to first, is Matson, Dawson, Riley, and Rodriguez. Yes, Matt Rodriguez over at first today. That one in there for a strike. It's 1-1 to the center fielder for Western Nebraska. The outfield from left to right goes Cahoy, Jackson, and Cafferty, with the catcher as Justin McGuigan. The 1-1 coming up from Trayton Scully. York College product, went to Lincoln North Star from Lincoln, Nebraska. Nice guy. Good interview as well. Steve caught him after the game the other night. 2 balls and a strike, and that one inside. 82 miles an hour. Slider doesn't hit. 3-1 here to Smelko. We know he can run. We try to keep him off the base paths. They threw me off a little bit last night because one of the other guys was wearing a San Diego State Aztec shirt. And I'm like, that's got to be the guy from San Diego. But it wasn't. It was somebody else whose roommate goes to San Diego State. or from there or something. Anyways, our friend sent it to him. So 3-2 now. That one fouls off third base side. Smelko, Frank, and McGee coming up for Western Nebraska. Last night, those guys combined only had 2 hits. As I mentioned, they only had 5 hits last night. It was the walks. We hurt ourselves. Here's the pitch, and there's a walk there. Speaking of, start off with a walk. Probably not the way Scully wanted to. Sometimes it takes a guy a little bit to find his rhythm here. Busters in their bright yellow jerseys, white bands, green socks. Then Okane's looking hats with the bees on them. Western Nebraska in the red jerseys tonight, the gray pants and red socks with their dark blue hats and red bills. Smelko leads over at first. Scully's got a pretty good pickoff move. Rodriguez holding him on, not going as Smelko. That went upstairs. 1 ball here to Dalton Frank. Just underway, no score in the first inning. Frank, the shortstop. Florida Atlantic University. Throw to first. It was a good throw, but pulled Rodriguez off the bag, so no tag applied. Frank, as I said, goes to Florida Atlantic University. He's from Loxahatchee, Florida. Down third base line and foul. So over at third base for the Sodbusters is Matson. Originally, Tyler Monroe was going to start at second, but last-minute scratch, Ian Riley is over at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scully's still stretching out a little bit there on the mound. A little tightness in his back. That's something you want to work out. Runner doesn't go. That one hit to right center field. That is going to fall in for at least a single. Getting it quickly is Jackson and throwing it in, holding the runner to single. However, going from first to third is Smelko. So a single. Runners on the corners now for Western Nebraska. Walking a single this inning for Western Nebraska. It's a good job by Jackson to get over there and get it in. Him and JT Cafferty. Obviously, Jackson has a little bit more experience in the outfield than JT. And so it went to right center field. He, as the center fielder, has control of the outfield, says, I got it, you got it, I got it. He got it, thrown in, and kept Frank to a single. Cade McGee comes up. That one almost exact same spot. Cafferty running in, though. This one hangs a little higher. And they're going to send the runner. Throw comes in to the cutoff guy, Matt Rodriguez. And he's got the runner himself. Did he tag him? Oh, Matt Rodriguez had nobody covering first base. Otherwise, if they would have thrown it back to first, they probably would have got him. He did the best he could on the cutoff. The runner was obviously going to score. Smart move to cut it off. He tried tagging the runner himself. And if Scully would have won over, Scully went to back up home. If there was anybody covering first base, they would have had him in a pickle because overrunning the base was Cade McGee. Or was Frank, excuse me. Fly out to right field is the out, but it is an RBI. Smelko scores 1-0 Western Nebraska. Tyler Davis comes up. Davis getting a start behind the dish. Tyler batting .250 this season. He has 6 RBIs. He's got a runner standing on first base. First pitch in there, a strike. Trayton Scully. 1-0 Western Nebraska here, top of the first. 1 out. 1 ball, no strike count. Davis has had 24 at-bats this season. This is his 7th game. Nice off-speed pitch there. Went back to the changeup. 78 miles an hour on the change. Davis hails from Fresno, California, and goes to Fresno State. Runner on first is Frank. He goes. Throw down by McGee is a good one, and did they get him? They got him. Canned meat. He spammed in the inning. Nice throw there from McGuigan. Strike him out, throw him out is what happened there. Got him. That's an old-fashioned double play, the strikeout, throw out. And caught stealing there is Frank, and Western Nebraska is still stunned as Frank's just now getting off of second base. So we'll come up here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Western Nebraska. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for. From places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Well, Drayton Scully got out of a little of a situation there. He walked the first batter, then gave up a run, but he got Cade McGee to fly out, got Tyler Davis to strike out, and at the same time, they threw out the runner, Frank, trying to steal second base. So it's a double play that goes to 4. So that's an interesting double play, a strikeout, throw him out. You see it every once in a while. It's not completely rare, but it happened, and that's the end of the inning. And the runner, Frank, just sat there for quite a while going, what happened? He didn't quite understand what happened. Was I out? Yep, you got out. On the hill is Randall Garcia. Get you some numbers here on Garcia for Western Nebraska. He, as I mentioned in the pregame, this is his second game. Hasn't started yet. It's only been relief. 1 innings, 1 1/3 innings, and hit a batter, struck out 3. That's basically all the stats I have on him. 1-0 Western Nebraska Pioneer. It'll be Omar Jackson and Justin McGuigan and Cole Davis due up here for Hastings. Lefty versus lefty here. First pitch misses for a ball. Here's the same umpiring crew we had for the Wheat City Series and the Fremont Series. After tomorrow, these guys will get a different crew in here for the next home stand. But the next home game after this weekend is until the 23rd. Source Valley's in town. 3 games in 2 days, 23rd, and a doubleheader on the 24th. 1-1 here to Omar Jackson. Garza delivers. High chopper to second base. They're going to have to hurry. And do they get him? I think he beat it out. Oh, they said out on that one. I'm not sure about that. I don't think he got that one right at all. Omar beat that thing out. It was a very high hopper to second base, and by the time it came down, Gronholz got it and threw over. His foot was already on the bag. So I'm going to put ground out, but I'm against it. I'm writing it against my will on my scorecard. Here's Justin McGuigan. Justin up there for the Busters. He's the catcher tonight. Does a good job back there. If you talk to him, he's proud about his defense, but he should be proud about his hitting. He's hitting .414. 29 at bats this season. His OPS is .967. If we had a roof, it'd be through the roof. Foul off first base side, out of play. Ball and a strike to the backstop. McGuigan did come in late in yesterday's game. Just underway here, bottom of the first, 1-0 Western Nebraska. They had a run and a walk, and a hit and a walk, and then scored a run. But ended the inning very unconventionally on the strike him out, throw him out. Caught stealing at second. 2-1 here to McGuigan. Cole Dawson, who leads the league in hitting, is due up next. Garza's pitch. Swung on and missed. Good movement on that. 87 miles an hour. So it goes to 2-2 here to Justin McGuigan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 90 degrees at game time, and floats the... Oh, the catcher thought it was third strike. He was going to throw it on the third, and the umpire's like, what are you doing? It's ball 3. Might have got away with one. That didn't look too bad, actually, from up here. 3-2 to Justin McGuigan. That was a nice curveball, I thought. Garza mixing up his pitches here. Lefty kicks and delivers. High chopper to third. In between hop. That's a good play by the third baseman, and they retire him. That's a tough play there, but McGee got it on the in-between hop. In one motion, threw over to first. 1 down. That's a pretty good play. 2 down, excuse me. So Cole Dawson comes up. Dawson leading the league in hitting. And doing it very well. .442 on the season in his 10th game for Hastings. 2 outs, 1-0 Western Nebraska. Bottom of the first from Duncan Field. That one inside. Dawson barely even blinked on that thing. Not a tall player, but a very physically fit player. Very athletic guy. Good hands. Baseball smarts. Like crazy. Bad coach at Arkansas Tech. Pitch on the way. That one outside. Ball and a strike. To Cole Dawson. Dawson just continues to hit the ball. It was the last game of the Moose series. In this game 3, he only had 1 hit, and he comes back yesterday and hits 2. Excuse me, 3 yesterday, 3 hits. So it's 2 balls and a strike to Dawson. 2 outs here for the Busters, trailing by 1, only bottom of the first, so not a huge worry right now. And that one inside almost hits him, but misses. It doesn't hit him. 9-inning winnings going on here for Sodbusters tonight. Lots of prizes to be given away in the stands. Hopefully you're not missing out on that. Maybe you're on your way in. It's still not too late to come in. I would imagine they'd be giving away the first prize here pretty soon. The 3-1 coming up from Garza. We're hoping for a walk here, and we don't get it. 3-2. Dawson taking all the way. So, first batter was Omar Jackson. He got ripped off on a ground out. They called him out at first. Then McGuigan grounded at the third on a good play. And now it's 3-2 to Dawson, and they call strike 3. He doesn't agree with it. It's on the outside corner. Strikeout there for Garza. So nothing doing here for the Busters in the first. At the end of 1, it is 1-0 Western Nebraska. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Now a word from Sam's Club.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
Sam's Club, a proud partner of Sodbuster Baseball. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
1-0 Western Nebraska. Trayton Scully back out there for a second inning of work. Josh Salmon with you. Voice of Sodbuster Baseball. Nate Miller running the cameras to the right. Thanks for listening also on Mixler Radio. Good crowd here on hand for Saturday Night Baseball in Hastings, Nebraska. 90 degrees, but most of the fans are in the shade unless they're sitting on the third base general admission, and then they're in the sun. But that's okay. It'll be shady very soon over there. That's the way it works here at Duncan Field. Wind blowing in a little bit from center field, but not bad night, just a little warmer than it was last night at this time. So up here for Western Nebraska, it's going to be Walden, Ponder, and Gronholz. Walden played first base last night. Going to even start in left field tonight. Versatile guy. A lot of left-handed batters in this Western Nebraska lineup. He's one of them. So pitch on the way. JT Walden picked as the beer batter here. So everybody's cheering for him to strike out. If you hear the noise in the background, that's what's going on. First pitch misses from Scully for a ball. It's 85 degrees right now, and wind only at 9 miles an hour out of the southeast. Here's the 1-0 strike there. On JT Walden. Walden in yesterday's game had no hits but scored a run, walked twice. That's deep to center field. Back is Jackson, but makes the catch. It's 408 to center. That one was probably about 390. One down. Not much wind blowing. Somebody else. Thank you, Omar, from the crowd. Love it. Audience participation. That's what I said at the beginning of the game. This stadium is small enough where if you yell something in the crowd, people are probably going to hear it. So it brings up John Ponder. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Ponder originally going to be the right fielder tonight, but they switched him to DH and put Merriquin out there in right. Otherwise, still batting in the same order. Well, switch there on that one. Ponder 1 of 4 last night. Nobody on Western Nebraska's team last night had 2 hits. They only had 5 total. They were all separate guys. But there was several guys, 4 guys in fact, that had not double digits, but walked more than once, including Smelko, who had 3. Here's the 1-1 from Scully. Swung on and missed. 77 miles an hour on that one. 1 out here. Western Nebraska leads 1-0. They put 1 on the board in the first. Busters couldn't answer back. Just 1 hit for Western Nebraska. They did have a walk in the first inning as well. Ponder, right-hander. Trayton Scully kicks and delivers, also right-hander. That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. John Ponder. Kind of like that name, don't you? Ponder? I think so. And 3-2 now to Ponder. That's something to ponder, isn't it? Yeah. So John Ponder, 133 batting average. And it was lower than that last night. Swung on and missed, got him, and a strikeout. That number will jump back down again. Strikeout there for Trayton Scully, first of the day. And for Ponder, that is the 9th time he has struck out this season. Still not the team high, though. Brings up Kip Gronholz. Gronholz came in the game last night defensively for second base and stayed in the game for a while. That one misses for ball 1. A fly out and a strikeout here in the inning for Trayton Scully. Looks like he's perhaps finding his groove. If we can get his pitching performance like he did last weekend, it'll be awesome. Very high chopper to third. They're going to have to hurry on this one. Throw it to first and safe. He was just as safe as Jackson was. I'll put it that way. We'll leave it there. Jackson wasn't called safe, though, last inning. That thing was hit a mile high, though, in the chopper. And nothing Madsen could do but wait for it. So the infield single. Just when he thought it was safe to get back in the water. Ethan Hergert comes up. I don't have this guy on the roster even. Hergert's the first baseman tonight. For the Pioneers. See if I can find you out any information on him before he at-bat is over. See if they updated their roster from yesterday. I still don't have him on here. Oh, there he is. They have him as an other. Southeast Community College. He's from Omaha. That one hit to right field. Who's going to get it? Jackson. And makes the play in front of the right fielder. And retires aside. So they leave 1 on base, but no hits, no runs, and no errors this inning. It's still 1-0 Western Nebraska Pioneers. Busters coming up in the bottom of the 2nd. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Here's a message from Rutz.
Summer means Sodbusters baseball and hot weather, so make sure you stay cool with Rutz. Rutz Heating and AC is your #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska. For over 45 years, Rutz has been a name to trust for repairs, installation, and maintenance work on time. Call Rutz Heating and Air Conditioning today to discuss your HVAC needs, free estimates, and the guarantee their work. Whenever your heating or AC needs, trust Rutz. Visit rutzheating.com.
The meadowlark says, the turkey says, the squirrel says, the Nebraska Lottery says,
enter your non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch tickets for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and more. It's the Nebraska Lottery's Great Outdoors Getaway Promotion.
The lawyers say,
promotion runs through June 8th, 2021. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
Sodbuster Baseball. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Josh Salmon back with you from Duncan Field. Trayton Scully gave up a hit, but then got out of it on the fly ball, and good outing for him thus far, only giving up the 1 run and 2 hits. Busters still looking for their first hit. Starting up this inning will be Cafferty, maybe getting things going. Then Jack Hammond and Trevor Madsen back with you. Game number 2 of 3 against Western Nebraska here. Third game coming up tomorrow. Then Busters are off on Monday. Hit the road for Fremont on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then they're off Thursday. Then they head to Western Nebraska. See these guys again in Gehring next weekend before being off Monday and Tuesday, returning home on the 23rd and 24th. 3 games in 2 days with a doubleheader on the 24th versus Source Valley. See them every once in a while and usually have a pretty good squad at Source Valley. Should be some fun baseball there. Then they're on the road again for the rest of the month, 25th, 26th, and 27th at Sioux Falls, and then in with Fremont again on the 29th and 30th. That hits him, JT Cafferty. So our first hit batsman of the game. We need to get that sponsored because it happens every game. Some kind of doctor's office or something. If you're calling in, you want to do a sponsorship, let us know. That hurt, but if you hurt, you can go to... Well, we should try that. I'm working on it. I got 3 people working on it right now. Jack Hammond comes up. He's the DH. Didn't see him in last night's game. Jack going to be playing at KU with Coach Chandler Wagner. 1-0 our score. JT Cafferty stands on first. Good lead for him, being held on by the first baseman. We saw Webb at first base yesterday as well. Him and Walden, I think, switched off. First pitch in there for a strike. Jack Hammond, DH. Hergert over at first tonight. Pitch on the way from Rodriguez is inside. Ball and a strike. Busters looking for their first hit. They do have their first base runner on with JT Cafferty getting beamed a moment ago, standing on first base. Wind's at 9 miles out the southeast. 83 degrees right now. At Duncan, not bad at all. It was 90 when I got here. It really cooled off quite a bit. About the same temperature it was yesterday. It's not as near as windy. The wind actually last night, about 6th, 7th inning, just kind of died out completely. 2-1. Good crowd on hand here. Great crowd on hand on your Saturday night. Hopefully you can come out tomorrow and join us. Duncan Field, 6:35 first pitch. So 2-1, swung on and missed by Hammond. 85 miles an hour. Straight heat there from Jack Hammond. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 1-0 Western Nebraska. JT Cafferty for Hastings stands on first base, beamed by the pitch. And that one inside. That one almost hits Hammond. Almost takes his shins out. So it goes to 3-2 again. Second 3-2 count that we've seen from Garza. He threw into McGuigan back in the first inning. Good lead for JT. Let's see if they send him here. He doesn't run bad at all, considering he's normally a catcher. He does go, gets a good jump, swung on, that one's fouled back, and so nothing but exercise there for JT. He'll go back to first base. He had a good jump, though. I figured he would probably go there. That'll be interesting to see what they do. Trying to generate some runs any way you can. JT again with a good lead, being held on by the first baseman over there, Hergert. Here's the 3-2 once again from Randall Garza. The left-hander comes set, checks his runner, throws over to first. Says, hey, I see you, JT. Jack Hammond steps out of the box, takes a practice swing. Trevor Matson due up next. Busters in their yellow jerseys. Almost a gold, really. I'm going to go gold on that. Not necessarily yellow. I like them. They're cool. Lightweight, too, so they're on a hot day, they're not so bad. That one back up the middle. It almost hits the pitcher. Over to second. Do they get the runner? Yeah, they do. That's a weird play. As it pitcher was trying to defend himself and protect his face at Garza. And meanwhile, he deflected it to the shortstop, who tossed it to second to get the out. I'm just putting a ground up to shortstop. 3 different guys touched that ball on the fielder's choice. Actually, not ground out. It's a fielder's choice to shortstop. So Trevor Matson comes up. JT Cafferty's out, and now Hammond stands on first base. Yeah, it was just a weird play. It was a hot shot right back to the pitcher, and he just deflected it and happened to go right to where the shortstop was and tossed it over to second. 1 down here. Busters trail 1-0. Bottom 2. Runner doesn't go. That pitch called a strike to Matson. Matson gets his former team. Played for Western Nebraska. Got his on our team this year. Matson yesterday was 2 of 4 from his guys. Had an RBI, a walk, a strikeout, scored a run. Batting .283 on the season coming into this game. That one fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes here to Trevor Matson. Getting a start at third base tonight. Also uses over at first. Deep and left is the outfielder. Center field a little more shallow. Right field very shallow. Runner on first is Hammond. Hit in the fielder's choice. Busters still need a hit. No hits yet. That one is not going to be it. Swung at a high fastball. Helped him out. That was a ball. But he swung at it, and he went down swinging. 2 outs. Garza throwing some cheese out there. Matt Rodriguez comes up. Matt getting the start at first base tonight. Nice young man. Always addresses me as sir. I'm like, man, I feel old. You know, I appreciate the guys doing that. But I said, go get him tonight, Matt. And he's down stretch, and he's like, yes, sir. Out over the outside corner. Does a great job at second base. First time we've seen him at first base. He's done a good job tonight thus far. From Connecticut, his parents are watching or listening from New Milford, Connecticut. He goes to Bridgeport, Connecticut College. The 1-0 coming up here. Jack Hammond staying on first. That one to center field. It's going to fall right in the glove, though, of the center fielder, who is playing it perfectly with Smelko, and the Busters are retired here in the second inning. But no hits, no runs, and 1 left on base, no errors. Busters still trail 1-0 at the end of 2. Trayton Scully coming back out. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey, you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
1-0 our score with Western Nebraska leading. Top of the third. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller to my right around the cameras. Take a look at the take a look at the scoreboard here in the Expedition League tonight. Several games going on, and those games are Fremont is at home and 0-0. Their game just getting underway. No score on that one. Spearfish Sasquatch, Canyon County Spuds, and on the score on that one either. Source Valley, we'll see them coming up a little bit later this month. They're leading 4-0 over Sioux Falls, which is good news for us. Sioux Falls is ahead of us by a half game. If they can lose and we can win, we'll move back up into that 5th spot. And let's see here. Western Nebraska here at Hastings. Those are the only games going on in the Expedition League tonight in our division. Let's take a look at the league menu and the entire scoreboard. Some of the other games going on in the other divisions. We'll get to that here as batter steps in. It's Nate Marroquin. It'll be 9-1-2 here for Western Nebraska. Trayton Scully back out there doing a good job. First pitch is a ball. Trayton Scully, 2 hits, a run. It was earned, and in 2 innings of work. And he's covering first base now, and they get him. Nice job, Matt Rodriguez, dishing over to Scully, and gets his foot in there before the runner does, who was hauling butt down the line. 1 down. Ground out to first base. So giving away some prizes here. It's 9 innings of winning. Some great, great prizes. Hundreds of dollars worth of prizes. Thousands of dollars worth of prizes, I should say. Some prizes worth a couple hundred apiece. Back to the top of the order in Smelko. Where Smelko walked, scored a run, stole a base. Trayton Scully in his 3rd inning of work here. 2-0. This is a guy that walked 3 times yesterday, once today already. Very speedy, Don't get him on base on purpose. Make him earn it. Shortstop Dawson playing back on the edge of the grass. So is second baseman Riley. High chopper down first base and foul. Rodriguez playing a little closer to the bag, and so is third baseman Matson. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 hits for Western Nebraska. 1 run. Sodbusters no hits yet. Here is Scully's pitch. Righty versus lefty. That one in there. Good one. 80 miles an hour. Strike to Smelko's taken pretty much all the way. 2-2 on that one. Dalton Frank due up next. Scully comes set and delivers. Swung on it, missed, got him. Nice job mixing up speed there. That was just a little bit slower than the last one. Got him on the changeup. Smelko is down on strikes. It is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Trayton Scully. 2 down here in the inning. 79 miles an hour on that pitch. And that brings up Dalton Frank. Frank, hot shot to short. Dawson on the run, throw across the diamond. They get him, and they do. Heck of a play. Wow, Cole Dawson. Unbelievable. Man, in the hole, backhanded it on one motion over to first. Made that look very, very easy, and that was a really tough play. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. A great inning there for the Busters. Let's get the bats going here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back. This is Sodbuster Baseball, and a word from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank has been your hometown bank for over 40 years, and now you can take us wherever you go. Mobile Deposit allows you to deposit checks from your smartphone or tablet with our free business banking app. And never pay for an ATM charge again with our MoneyPass app. It maps out ATMs near you that won't charge a fee because of its partnership with 5 Points Bank. We're here to serve you in person and online, and that's why we're the better bank.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Good inning there for the Sodbusters. Trayton Scully strikes out a batter, gets a ground out. 2 ground outs. And that last one, an unbelievable play by Cole Dawson, one of the best plays I've seen all season.
Imagine visiting.
That thing was backhanded in the hole. Had to make one motion. It's the only chance he had to get the runner, and he did. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Up for the Busters this inning, it's going to be 8, 9, and 1. Carson Cahoy, Ian Riley, and Omar Jackson. Busters see if they can get the bats going here, looking for their first hit. Carson Cahoy, Grand Island product, steps in. Cahoy batting .245 on the season. Was up around the 300 there for a little while. A little over, actually. Lefty versus righty. Cahoy swings and misses. 79 miles an hour on that one. Off-speed pitch. The ball's 1 strike. Now 1 hit to left field. That's going to be at least 1. Cahoy rounds the bases. He will stay at 1 as the left fielder gets it in. So there's the Busters' first hit. He's clapping for himself. He is fired up. So is the dugout. See if they send Cahoy. He is very fast. Ian Riley comes up. Last-minute addition to the lineup. A little before we went on the air here. Originally Monroe's going to start second, but Ian Riley getting the start at second. He plays third base as well. Lefty versus lefty here. Rodriguez at first base tonight. Matson at third. It's a little different infield. Sometimes those guys can switch positions around and look a little different. Cahoy, good lead. Doesn't go. Garza comes to the plate, and that one misses for a ball. Ian Riley batting $125 right now. Garza, third inning of work, 2 strikeouts, just gave up the 1 hit. Not many numbers on him right now. Runner doesn't go. That one popped up right center field and deep, though. That thing is way out there. Who's going to get it? Right fielder, center fielder. Smelko tracks it down, sliding. Cahoy has to retreat. That thing was really tagged. Hung up there for quite a while, and the wind wasn't blowing. It was blowing towards that way to help it out. And they threw it back to first and said Cahoy was out. Said they got him snoozing off the base. Well, Smelko got the ball in, and Cahoy retreated. I'm not sure if they think that he got to second base and then get back to first, or if they tagged him as he was going off the base. I'm not really sure what happened there. So, Omar Jackson comes up. Quickly, there's 2 outs. I want to put that as a fly out to center field. Let's see what Andy puts on here as Cahoy put out 8-3. So apparently they threw it back to first before he got back to the base. I didn't see that at all. It looked like he was punting back to me. He was 3/4 away to second base when they caught it. Smelko got a good throw in, but I thought Cahoy retreated back in time, but apparently not. Ball to strike here to Omar Jackson in the meantime. It's an interesting play, especially on a very fast runner. 1-1. 1-2 here, to Omar. Arkansas Tech. Where he goes to college. Converted to an outfielder this year. Former infielder. Good arm, good speed. It made sense. The 1-2 fouled back behind me. We'll do 1-2 again. Omar in the leadoff spot, batting .286. Struggled a little bit when he first came with the Sodbusters. Really starting to find a groove, not only in the field, but at the dish in this league. Here is the 1-2, 2 outs, 1-0 Western Nebraska. That one floats up there, and first baseman can't handle up. That'll be an error off the glove of the first baseman. Hergert should be an easy out. Should be a line drive out and out of the inning. Let's see if the Busters can capitalize on the error. He was hit about head high to the first baseman, Hergert. And he didn't squeeze the glove in time. It hit off his glove and rolled into right field. But not far enough for Jackson to get to second. So it brings up McGuigan. Couple weird plays this inning. 2 outs, still 1-0 Western Nebraska. Omar with a big lead over at first, being held on though. Garza watching him. Timeout called at the dish. Shadows creeping in on home plate right now. And most of the way up first base line. Cole Dawson due up next if you can get another person on here. You want your hitter with the best average at the plate this inning. You'd like to. Omar getting his timing. Doesn't go. Pitch misses inside for a ball to McGuigan. McGuigan grounded out to third. Last time up on a great play by the third baseman over there, McGee, to end the inning. Or excuse me, it wasn't the end of the inning. It was a second out of the inning last time in the first. Again, runner doesn't go. That one hits right center field, and that's going to fall. Jackson going to stop at second base, respecting the arm of Smelko. He thought he wanted to go to third. He rounded, took a wide turn at second base, but Smelko's got a heck of an arm out there in center, and Wagner said, stay there. So 2 runners on here, single. And brings up Cole Dawson. So this is a situation you like if you're Hastings. So statistically your best hitter at the dish with 2 guys on here. 2 hits for the Busters this inning. Would like to capitalize on some runs. Cahoy led off the inning by singling. Runner on second and third. Reached on errors. Omar Jackson on second. A single moment ago from Justin McGuigan. Here's Cole Dawson. Runners go, and they've passed ball. So I'm going to give them stolen bases on those and pass ball because they were already in motion to go. Stolen base there for McGuigan and for Jackson. Love the call there. Double steal. Made the catcher, Davis, take his eyes off the ball just long enough and ended up being a pass ball as well. So Western Nebraska with 10 stolen bases last night. And Hastings gets a chance to steal some here. Hastings only had the one stolen base from Cole Dawson last night. They've already doubled their total. Speaking of Dawson, he's at the dish. It's 1-0 here. Perfect chance for him to get a couple more RBIs. Struck out his last time up. That one inside strike. 1 ball, 1 strike for Cole Dawson. Even with his strikeout last time, still batting .432. See if he can get that average back up there a little bit. Come on. I'm just kidding. That's a crazy good average. Curveball misses. Nice stop by the catcher, Davis. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs here for the Busters. A little rally going on. Lamar Jackson reached on an error. Single by McGuigan. They both stole a base. Second and third, high chopper to the shortstop. He's able to come up with it, but can't do anything as Jackson scores. And then there's nobody covering third because the third baseman went for it as well. Listen to the crowd. Busters tied it up. RBI by Cole Dawson. Runners on the corners now. So third baseman went for it. Shortstop went for it. Shortstop came up with it. Had no chance of throwing on Dawson, who runs pretty well. And they had no chance of getting Jackson, who runs extremely well, going home. So now it brings up J.T. Cafferty with a chance for some RBIs. Dawson, the RBI for him, is number 6 on the season. 1-1 our score. Western Nebraska's Garza pitches. That one, first pitch swinging deep to right field. Right fielder out there, though. Mariquin should retire the inning. And the Busters, it does. They leave 2 on base, but they get 3 hits and a run. And just the 2 left on base. We're all tied at 1 apiece. Coming back, 4th inning already here on your Saturday night from Duncan Field. Now a word from the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. The Adams County Visitors Bureau invites you to experience Hastings. From bird watching to the Aqua Court Water Park to taking in a Sodbusters baseball game at historic Duncan Field. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. What would a visit be without great eats? Hastings has plenty for all cravings. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
All right, welcome back. Busters get 3 hits. 2-out rally going on for them. Scored a run. Tied this thing up 1 apiece. Josh Sam and Nate Miller back with you as we had on-field promotion there. My friend's kids got to do the little paper boy, paper girl thing. That was a fun there. And the sister, the younger one of the 2, they're 6 and 7 years old, gets bragging rights over her big brother. That's fun stuff. Speaking of fun stuff, we're all tied up here. Trayton Scully pitching a great game for Western Nebraska here. He will see McGee, Davis, and Walden. 3, 4, 5 hitters here for Western Nebraska. Game number 3 tomorrow, 6:35. Love to see your smiling faces out here. So, Scully getting warmed up. Good numbers for him thus far in the game. I have got 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, a run, it was earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts and 11 batters faced. Take a look around the Expedition League scoreboard. Update my scoreboard here. As we have Source Valley now leading 9-0 over Sioux Falls. That's in the 2nd inning. Casper Horseheads hosting Miami City Tommyknockers. No score there. Pierup 1-0 on Fremont in Fremont. Spearfish Sasquatch, Canyon County Spuds just getting underway. Our score 1-1 here. So it's Cade McGee. 1 ball, no strike here from Trayton Scully. Scully's fallen behind most batters in the game, but it really hasn't affected him much, only giving up the 2 hits on the 1 run. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. That one hit to right center field. It's going to be a single at least. He's trying for 2. He doesn't respect the arm of JT Cafferty, and he goes diving back into first base. So it's a single. Nice job, JT, to get it in quickly. But that's the 3rd hit for Western Nebraska in the game, and the leadoff hitter's on here for the 2nd time in 4 innings for the Pioneers. Brings up catcher Tyler Davis. The runner on first. Scully comes to the plate. Nice pitch. Swung on and missed. And they gave away the Husker picture of Memorial Stadium by Jimmy Rash. Good dude. Great photographer. Cade McGee at first. Swung on and missed again. 78 on that one. Doing a good job here. Scully against Davis, mixing up the speeds. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on. We're all tied at 1 apiece. Top 4, Duncan Field. Shadow completely over the home plate area now. Working its way out towards the pitcher mound. That one way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peyton Scully, a Panther at York College from Lincoln. So he's happy to be here. Brought his buddy Manny Herrera with him. I don't know if he brought him or Manny brought him, but nonetheless, they're buddies. And pitch on the way. That one hit it past third base and into left field. Matson gave it a heck of a try. Getting it in quickly out there in left field is Cahoy. So 2 hits on 2 batters. 2 runners on here. First and second now. Brings up the rear batter, J.T. Walden. That's those at-bats that come to haunt you at the middle of the night. Scully, you're up 0-2. You go to 1-2 on the guy, and then he hits the next pitch in the left field. Those are the ones you know, sometimes you look back and go, why couldn't I finish that guy off? That was a hit 0-2. Got to shake it off, though. Straighten wheel and get up to the next batter, J.T. Walden. Walden flew out to center his first time up. Little off center is Omar Jackson. That's where he likes to play. J.T. Cafferty out in right. Strike. 79 miles an hour there from Scully. So you've got McGee standing on second base for the Pioneers. Tyler Davis on first. 1-1 our score. Top 4. Straight away and left. There's a huge gap between center and left. Cahoy playing straight away out there and left. The 0-1 coming up from Scully. The last 2 batters he's gotten ahead of. After Cade McGee, he fell behind, and I said he's fallen behind every batter. The next 2 batters he's gotten ahead of. But now it's 1-1 here to J.T. Walden. I'm wearing my green Sodbuster jersey. It's one of last year's jerseys with number 15 on it today. Figure, why not? Jersey day, right? Yeah. 1 ball and a strike. There goes the TV. They got rid of the 55-inch TV to somebody. Oh, that's next. They're bringing it up top here to the concourse. They could just put that right in my back seat if they wanted. Actually, I don't think it would fit in my back seat of my Chevy Malibu. I have a sunroof. That helps. I don't know. Probably wouldn't help. 2 balls and a strike, 2 runners on here, 1-1 our score. Scully's pitch hits into right field. 3 hits in a row here for Western Nebraska. Coming up firing in right field is JT Cafferty. Runners holds at third, respecting the arm of JT. But bases loaded here for Western Nebraska as that thing was just screamed into right field. So Scully having a tough time this inning after coming in this inning. Great, he's given up 3 hits, 5 total in the game. Still just 1-1 our score. Ponder up. Statistically, he's the worst hitter on the team as far as starters go. Ponder struck out his last time up. He does strike out quite a bit. And his average is 125. A ball there to Ponder. This season, John Ponder has struck out 10 times, including his last at bat. Here's the 1-0. Bases loaded. No place to put him. I'm going to up high. It's 2-0. So 3 singles. At least it's not walks. They're just hitting it where we're not right now, finding the gaps. As a coach, you're like, well, we don't like the hits, but we'll take it over walks. And if they're earning them, then that's the way they're earning them. That one over the outside corner, strike one. Ponder didn't think so. You've got McGee standing on third, Tyler Davis standing on second, JT Walden on first. 2 balls and a strike. 1-1 our score here in the fourth. This game's gone pretty quick, actually. JT's very shallow in right field. Gahoy deep in left. Swung on and missed on that one. 79 miles an hour. Looks like he's throwing a cutter out there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scully's not completely overpowering. You won't see him into the 90s, but he does breach into the low 80s. The 2-2 is strikeout much needed here. And he gets it. It's a foul tip and a catch by the catcher. There's one down. Second time Ponder is struck out. It is the 3rd strikeout of the game. 4th strikeout, excuse me, for Scully. 2 of those from Ponder. One from Davis and one from Smelko. Brings up Kip Gronholz. Kip, a second baseman tonight in the game. Swung on and missed. Going with the cheese, 82 on that one. Three hits in the game here. 3 hits in the inning, I should say, for Western Nebraska. Bases loaded. There is 1 out. The 0-1 coming up from Scully. And that one just misses, perhaps just a smidge high. Crowd doesn't like it. And it's a great crowd here tonight as well. Kip Gronholz. Quite the name. He's from Rochester, Minnesota. Pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. A sophomore at Southwestern Minnesota State. 5'10", 165. Not a whole lot of huge guys on here. These guys not like the Moo where everybody is over 6'4". Here's the 2-1. That's a chopper to short. Could be 2. Dawson to second, back to first, and they get the double play and get out of it. Nice pitch, nice defense there. It went Dawson to Riley to Rodriguez, and they get out of it. Stranding 2 on base. Crowd going crazy here at Duncan Field. Bottom of the 4th coming up. We're still tied at 1 run apiece. Now a word from Sam's Club.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game.
For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon along with you. Nate Miller to my right, and Buster's gotten a little bit of a situation there, but with bases loaded, got the strikeout of Ponder, got Gronholz to hit into the 6-4-3 double play, and got out of the sticky situation and left it 1 run apiece. Coming up for the Sodbusters here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be JT Cafferty, Jack Hammond, and Trevor Matson. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 9 innings of winning, so they had that big 55-inch TV here a moment ago, and I don't know if they gave that one away. I saw guys carrying it up to the concourse here. That one donated by Sam's Club. Thanks for that. That's an awesome TV. Like I said, I haven't put it in my car. First of all, I'm not eligible to win. Second of all, I don't think it would fit in my car. So, they can give me the Diamond Club to the Royals. I'll be fine with that. It's one of the prizes coming up. Jack Hammond up. Hammond the DH. I misspoke. He's leading off, so it'll be Hammond, Matson, Rodriguez. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Caffrey fly out to right field in last inning, sorry. So Hammond the batter, 1-1 coming up to the DH. No action in the bullpen yet for Western Nebraska, and it shouldn't. He's pitching a pretty good game. Here's Garza. That one way upstairs. Two balls and a strike. Trevor Matson due up next. Garza, left-hander, comes set, kicks, and delivers. It's just a little chopper. Garza can't come up with it. And, it's a foul ball. Hit off his foot. I wonder why he wasn't running. That one's going to hurt. That hits the meat right there on the side. You got cleats on, but that ain't stopping it. That hurts. Hammond takes a little lap around the home plate area there. Deep breath, regroups, and steps back in the box here. Oof, that's a tough spot, too, in your foot. That's a tender spot. Here's the 2-2 coming up from Garza. Tied at 1 run apiece here at bottom of the 4th. That one misses. Not a bad pitch from Garza. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Randall Garza. From Alice, Texas, goes to UT Rio Grande College, Valley College, excuse me. Walk given up. First one by Garza. He had a hit batsman earlier. So Matson comes up. Trevor, chance to get something going here for the Busters with no outs. Runner on first base. And you like it. Jack Hammond on the base path. Not a huge stolen base threat. He doesn't have any on the season. That stat means nothing to Coach Wagner. He'd send a guy. Pitches a ball to Matson. Trevor 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Batting .278 here for the Busters. He was a pioneer last year. Now playing for the other guys. That one right between the wickets of the catcher, Davis. Can't squeeze it. It's going to be a pass ball. 2 for him. So the pitch, meanwhile, was a ball as well. So that's a win-win situation. 2 balls and a strike. Great crowd on hand here near Saturday night. Best crowd we've had all season. Like to see you out here tomorrow. We got room for you. We'll get you in. Come on out 6:35 tomorrow. Runner on second now. 1-1 our score. Double checking his runner is Madsen. He comes to the plate. And, is Garza to Madsen and strike. 2-1 count. Jack Hammond on first via the walk. Moved over to second base after the pass ball. 2-1 coming up from Garza. Hammond was a decent lead at second, not being held on. That one, good stop this time by Davis behind the plate. That pitch was going to go to the backstop, but he got it. 3-1 now. There is some bodies moving around in the bullpen for Western Nebraska, but nobody throwing. Some guys getting loose, stretching and stuff out there. So Garza has pitched a pretty good game to this point, giving up 3 hits. All those last inning. Foul ball there, 3-2 to Trevor Matson. Mad Rodriguez due up next. No outs. Jack Hammond stands on second base. Busters 1. Western Nebraska 1. Garza's pitch. And outside. Walk 2 batters in a row. I always have to double check the umpire that it's a ball on these guys. I go to write ball on my stat card, but we've seen somebody called strikeout and manager coming out to talk to his pitcher, give somebody a chance to get going in the bullpen. Like I said, they just got somebody moving over there, so there is a guy now getting ready to throw. So it'll be a little while. Not a pitching change, just a chat. Take a look at the scoreboard here from the Expedition League. A few games going on tonight that you have interest in, I'm sure. Source Valley leading 9-1 over Sioux Falls. In Sioux Falls, that one in the third. Fremont trailing Pure Trappers 1-0 in the second. They're hosting that. Canyon County Spuds and at Spearfish 0-0 on that one. 0-0 with Casper and Mining City as well. So several games going on in the area. Western Nebraska Pioneers, 1 run on 5 hits and an error. Hastings, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. Brings up Matt Rodriguez. Matt flew out his first time up. 2 runners on here, no outs for the Busters. Threatening here in the bottom of the 4th. Shadow creeping its way out to the mound. Ball 1. When I stood on the mound yesterday to throw out the first pitch, I was trying to think the last time I stood on the pitcher's mound. I was never a pitcher. I never even messed around as a pitcher. Never even messed around at practice as a pitcher. It's probably been 30 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Here's the 1-1. I never stood on one that's made of turf either. 2 balls and no strikes, so walking the first 2 batters is Garza, falling behind here to Rodriguez. So Garza laboring here in this inning. We like it. Bottom of the 4th, Busters threatening with no outs. 2 on. That one gets away from Davis a little bit, but he managed to keep it in front of him. So no chance for the runners to advance. 3 balls, no strikes. Randall Garza. As I said, he goes to UT Rio Grande Valley College. Redshirt freshman. I'm not sure where that is. Rio Grande, obviously. But I've never heard of the college, is what I should say. 3-1 now, as Rodriguez was taken all the way. Matt at first base tonight. Good hands for him anywhere he plays. Carson Cahoy due up next. Still no outs. 2 runners on. You got Hammond standing on second. Matson on first, both via the walk. Could it be 3rd walk of the inning here, given up by Garza? We'll find out. There is action in the bullpen with a righty going for the Pioneers. Love seeing all the fans in the stands. People in their Sodbuster gear. Some new swag this year. Is that one in there for a strike? 87 miles an hour from Garza. A slider from the lefty. Some new hats over there, some t-shirts and stuff, sweatshirts as well. When you come into the game, Sodbuster swag. Here's the 3-2 from Garza, in danger of walking his 3rd batter in a row and loading the bases. Rodriguez has something else in mind. That one to center, but Smelko playing it perfectly, playing very shallow. Nobody can run on him. He's got a great arm out there. And there's 1 down. So Smelko playing very shallow in center, but had him played perfectly. Brings up Carson Cahoy. Carson got a single last inning. And then the next batter, Ian Riley, flew out to center, and Smelko threw it back to first and doubled him off. Still 2 on here, 1 out. Busters, this is the clutch hits we need to get these leads. He's come back and bite you. Swung on and missed on that fastball. 87, that thing's just coming in there. Earlier in the season, we had a hard time not getting clutch hits. Lately, the bats have been getting the clutch hits when they need them. Big gaps in the power alleys. Smelko playing short again in center. Right fielder playing shallow as right field as well. Here's the 0-1. And curveball, 74. Took 13 miles an hour off that thing. That makes it tough as a batter. You see 87, you see 74. So Garza in his 4th inning of work, laboring a little bit after 2 walks, but got Rodriguez to fly out, and he's ahead 0-2 here to Carson Cahoy. That one outside misses. And Cahoy doesn't feel like fishing today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ian Riley due up next. 1-1 our score. Western Nebraska scored 1 the first. Buster scored 1 last inning in the 3rd. Here we are, bottom 4. Infield in a little bit, trying to get some kind of double play or something. Third strike called on a questionable call. Carson Gahoy goes down. And there's 2 down. Looked a little inside to me. So Ian Riley comes up for Hastings. Riley getting the start at second base, a last-minute addition there. Catcher runs out and talks to Garza real quick. Ian Riley goes to Cloud County Community College. He's from Austin, Texas. So Busters have had 2 walks, but haven't been able to do anything with him as Garza's battling back. Got Rodriguez to fly out, struck out Cahoy. Here's lefty-lefty matchup with Riley. Still 2 on here. These are the kind of things that you need to get in to come back and haunt you later in the game. That one, a foul ball off his foot. 0-1. Lamar Jackson on the on-deck circle at the top of the order. You got to get these type of situations. You got to get at least 1 run in on this. Busters had a 2-out rally last inning, scoring their run. After Riley got out and Jackson reached on air, there was 3 consecutive hits. That went well inside and not even barely blinking is Riley. Ball and a strike. Jack Hammond standing on second base. And Trevor Matson standing on first. Here comes the 1-1 offering from Garza, who takes his time. And then for a strike. 75 miles an hour on that one. Lane changer. Ball and 2 strikes now to Ian Riley. 1-1 our score. Chance to do something here, but down in the count, 1-2 is Ian Riley. Here comes Garza's pitch, and that one misses just by a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Action in the bullpen for Fremont. At least there was. He might be warmed up now. I don't see him over there. Or maybe they said, okay, Garza's doing better now, we'll leave him in. You never know. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuce is wild here. Bottom of the 4th, crowd cheering on their Busters. Ian Riley smacks it over. Oof. That is over by the concession stand. That was a hot shot. Hopefully it didn't get anybody. The netting goes to the end of the stands, and then over there it's a free-for-all. I mean, there's a chain link fence, but that thing went screaming over the chain link fence, and looks like everybody's okay, but that thing came flying over there. I'll take some peanuts and a boosh. Baseball to the head. No, everybody's fine. Ian Riley. 2-2 here from Garza. Kicks and delivers. Runners go. And strike 3 called, and it did look like a strike from up here. Riley was looking for something else. So no runs, no hits, and 2 left on base for the Busters. At the end of 4, we're tied at 1 apiece. Sodbuster baseball from Duncan Field.
Timeout. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
Nebraska has some of the most beautiful state parks in the country. And to celebrate their 100th anniversary, the Nebraska Lottery announces our Great Outdoors Getaway promotion. Through June 8th, 2021, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch ticket for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and Nebraska Lottery and Game and Parks merchandise. State parks as great as ours deserve a promotion as great as this. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
8-9-1 hitters due up here for Western Nebraska. As we might see a pinch hitter as the coach is talking to the umpire out there. It's Hergert Mariquin and Smelko due up, but we'll see who actually comes up here. So Hergert is stepping into the box. 9 innings of winnings going on here. They've given away the 55-inch TV. They've given away the Husker picture tonight. It's a Memorial Stadium picture, I should say. Shadow making its way on to the pitcher's mound now. Trayton Scully in his 5th inning of work. 1-0 to Hergert. Hergert, the first baseman, flew out to right field his first time up. Popped to center field, left center. Jackson underneath it, sets up the tent, makes the catch, and left center, 1 down. He covers a lot of ground out there. You got 2 really fast guys on that side with Jackson and Cahoy, and Cafferty runs well as well for a big guy over on right field. He's tall, anyways. So Nate Mariquin comes up. Mariquin, the 9th hitter, right fielder. Mariquin from Fresno State. He goes to Fresno State from Tulare, California. Grounded out to first base his first time. The 1-0. Misses for 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes here to the right fielder for Western Nebraska. Appreciate you tuning in here on your Saturday night. I'm Josh Salmon. Nate Miller to my right with the cameras. Steve Stein on public address announcing tonight. 2-1 to Nate Mariquin. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on the Mixler radio website, tell your friends, hey, you can catch every Sodbuster game, every home game anyways, on those 2. I might do some road games this year. I talked to the guys about it. The owners were game for it. I just got to find a spot that fits in my schedule with another full-time job, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here, 1-1 our score, top 5. Scully comes to the plate and gets him. Frozen. Have a seat, Mariquin. Another strikeout by Scully. Scully doing a good job tonight with 5 strikeouts. Back to top of the order for Smelko. Smelko, this is a tough out. 2 down here. He just walked and struck out. This guy's a very, very good player on both sides of the ball. That one popped up, though, first pitch, a mile high. Behind the dish is McGuigan, tosses the mask, and they get him on 1 pitch. As soon as I say that, pop out to the catcher, and there go the Pioneers in the 5th. Bottom 5 coming up, our score 1-1. Here come the Busters. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey, you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
I'm done. Welcome back to the game as we have a new pitcher in for Western Nebraska Pioneers. It is Michael Kalia from Renton, Washington, Renton, and he goes to Western Texas A&M. So the night is done here for Garza. Michael Kalia, a right-hander, different approach to the plate than Garza. They got him listed as 5'11", 185. I'll get you some numbers on him here in a moment. He is going to see, back to top of the order, it's Jackson, McGuigan, and Dawson here for the Busters. As Scully dealing last inning. It's a fly out, a strikeout, and a pop out in 1 pitch to the very tough Smelker to get out of the inning. So Michael Kalia for the Pioneers. Last pitched on June 6th, last weekend. Went 3 innings, no decision against Tommy Knockers. They lost that game 4-11, 11-4. Yeah, swing off, foul off third base side there by Jackson. This season, though, he's only pitched twice, June 1st and June 6th. His ERA is 12.70 in 5 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 8, walked 4, 7 hits in 2 game starts. Jackson shows bunt, pulls back, takes the ball outside. 1-1 here to Omar. Omar's reached on an error and grounded out to first. Verdict's still in on that first at bat. Here's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kalia. He works quickly. He swung on and missed on that one. 82 on the check swing. And plate umpire says, yep, you went around. I think you did too. So 9 innings of winnings. They're selling the raffle tickets here for some great prizes. Already giving away the 55-inch TV, the Memorial Stadium picture. That one outside corner, 75 miles an hour to Omar Jackson, 2-2. Busters had a chance last inning with 2 runners on. Lead off, the first 2 guys got walked, but then they flew out, struck out, and left them stranded. Omar again fouls it off third base side out of play to my left. Couldn't get the clutch hit they needed last inning, but luckily Scully went out there and got the pitches he needed and got the defense behind him and got out of the innings. And now's your chance to put another number on the board here. That one well outside, and Jackson takes it outside 3-2 here. Love to see this kid get on the base path. Reached on errors last time up. He got on that way. Here's the 3-2, and a check swing again. Just barely got a piece of that one off the handle. There's Omar Jackson. Omar scored in the only run, by the way, in the game thus far for the Sodbusters, as he was hit in by Cole Dawson last inning. The 3-2 coming up here from Kalia, Michael Kalia, in relief of Garza, and that one called ball 4. Just missed. It didn't look too bad up here. But we'll take it. Leadoff hitter's on, and it is a speedy leadoff hitter nonetheless. This is the 3rd time the leadoff hitter has been on for the Busters. Take that back. 2nd time. First pitch misses for a ball. So Omar Jackson on the bases. Jackson has 3 stolen bases in 6 games since becoming a Sodbuster. Doesn't go. Big lead though at first, and the pitch is a strike to Justin McGuigan. McGuigan batting only .419. That's great. The guy behind him, .444, Dawson. These 2 guys have been on fire. Jackson, speaking of fire, he's got fire coming off his legs if he takes off. He may. Doesn't on that one. Fouled off first base side and just over everybody's head here in the crowd and into the parking lot. Ball and 2 strikes. I've managed to avoid a foul ball in my windshield last season and this season. The partial season I did before that, 2 seasons ago. I used to do Hastings College baseball here, and I did find a ball by my car one time, a little ways away, and I didn't see any dents. So throw over, Jackson back. As much as I'd like a foul ball, I don't want it in the windshield. Ball and 2 strikes. Coming up here to Jackson. And pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Down he goes. 1 out here. In the bottom of the 5th. Brings up Dawson. He's hitting great. .444 on the season. Has singles last time up. He holds the only RBI. Jackson goes in the first pitch. He has a huge jump, and he is safe. The only chance they had for him is if he overslid the bag. He stole that thing off Kalia. Kalia didn't even pay any attention to him at all, and he took off right away when he's still in his motion. Big stolen base there. 2 of the game here for Jackson. No balls, 1 strike. Kalia, pitch. It's a high jump. It's a foul ball. I thought maybe it was going to be a chopper there for a minute. It took a weird bounce in the turf and bounced behind the catcher. No balls, 2 strikes here to Colt Dawson. Dawson, the shortstop. Unbelievable play he made earlier in the game out there at shortstop. To wrap up, I believe it was the 2nd inning. Omar Jackson stands on second. 0-2 here to Cole Dawson. Standing on third base side of the rubber is Kalia. That one, slider misses outside. Nice stop by Davis. That thing gets past you. Jackson's easily at third with his speed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Kalia. The right-hander dishes, and that one hit to right field. It's a high fly ball. Should be catchable. Short right field, though. Jackson doesn't go, respecting the arm, and that was a really good throw from Mariquin. It was a little hit too shallow. If he could have hit it a little deeper, Jackson would have been able to tag, but not being able to get the job done. There's Cole Dawson. He's 1 for 3. JT Cafferty comes up, hit by a pitch, and flew out. Officially 0 for 1. Big congratulations goes out to Evan and Jordan, or Jordy Christensen was her maiden name. They got married today. Jordy's like my niece. She's not blood niece, but she's been like my niece her whole life. And congratulations to them as they tied the knot. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first is Jackson. Jackson walked, stole second, and been stranded there ever since. McGuigan struck out, fly out by Cole Dawson. It's 1-1 here to JT Cafferty. Kalia on relief of Garza. That one misses. Ball 2. Davis has a hard time picking it up, but he manages to keep it in front of him. He's dropped quite a few back there, but he manages to keep it in front of him. That's the important thing for him. Anything past him within a few feet, and Jackson's gone. Chance once again here for the Busters. They've left 5 runners on base thus far from the bottom of the 5th. You got to capitalize on opportunities, and they weren't able to last inning. Here's the 2-1 from Kalia. JT takes it all the way. 81 miles an hour for a strike. Jack Hammond due up next. If Cafferty can find a way on, he's talking with the ump, say, where was that? It's kind of what we'd all like to know. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jackson on second base. 1-1 our score. Bottom 5. Kalia's pitch. Back up the middle. That's going to be a single. No, they're going to throw it out there. We'll get a single. The second baseman got on it for a minute. I thought it was going to roll into center field, but it just kind of died. So it is an infield single as Gronholz gets a hold of it, but no chance to beat out JT, who runs pretty well. Infield single. Keep the inning alive. This is JT Cafferty. Jackson moves over to third on that one. So Jack Hammond with an RBI chance. He's 1 of 2. He's walked and had to hit into a fielder's choice. Hammond up here with a chance for an RBI. He has 8 on the season. Tied for third on the team. So good RBI guy here with runners on the corners. 1-1 our score. Western Nebraska scored 1 in the first. Hastings scored 1 in the third. Kalia checks the runners, and pitch comes to the plate. 76 miles an hour, just missed. Sodbusters with 4 hits in the game. 3 in the third inning. 1 this inning. Scored 1 run on that third inning as well. Western Nebraska does have an error. They have 5 hits in the 1 run. Oof, that one inside and high. Jack Hammond, 2-0. 3-0, excuse me. 3-0 here to Hammond, so if they can walk him, he'd load the bases. Three balls, no strikes, 2 on here for the Busters. 2 outs, though. Jackson stands on third. JT Cafferty on first. Jackson walks, stole second, was bounced over to third on JT's infield single a moment ago. Here's the 3-0 from Kalia. Look for Hammond to take it all the way. No, he pops it up. Left field, gets way underneath that thing. Left fielder can't see it. He's nowhere near it. It bounces 20 feet to his left. He completely lost it. So 2 runs coming around there in that sun. He had no idea where it was, did Walden. Walden was standing middle of left field, and that thing was 20 feet from the line. I saw once he popped up in the sun that he had no idea where that thing was. Even now he's like, I have no idea where it is. That's a bad situation. I've had that happen in the outfield. Not here, but that left field in Duncan can be horrible. So 2 RBIs there as Jackson and Cafferty come around to score. What an odd play. It's been an odd game. I'll tell you that right now. And it brings up Trevor Madsen. So they just rule that one a hit. He loses it in the sun. I mean, the sun with the assist on that play. That sun in left field can be a bear here at Duncan Field. Walden finds that out. Back up the middle. Almost takes the head off of his runner, Jack Hammond. They're waving Hammond around. Throw from Smelko. No, they're going to stop him at third. Oh, now they got him in a pickle. This is not a good situation. They throw it home. Jack Hammond gets plowed by the pitcher. And he gets awarded the base because he got plowed by the pitcher. Excuse me, by the first baseman. So they had him in a pickle, and the first baseman got his feet tangled up, ran into the runner who was not able to score, so he is awarded home. Again, the oddness continues in this inning. So Madsen not an RBI there. And they ruled a hit. And so now the coach is going to come out for Western Nebraska. What an odd inning. You get a pop fly that the guy's 25 feet away from, can't find it, 2-run score. The next batter almost takes off his runner's head. He rounds third, then gets into a pickle. Gets tackled by the first baseman. He gets awarded home as he goes back home. So he's probably going to be out on the play. I think they had him out at home. But the first baseman tripped over his back and fell on him. No argument there from Western Nebraska. It's just the pitcher out here talking, or the manager talking to his pitcher. Kalia. So Madsen's play was ruled a hit. So that makes 3 hits this inning in a row. Another 2-out rally going here for the Busters. They had a 2-out rally back in the third, and they're doing it again here. 3 runs in this inning on 2 very odd plays. What's the chance of either one of those happening, especially simultaneously? So it brings up Matt Rodriguez. Let the oddness continue here in this inning. We'll take as many runs as we can get. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. Put it that way. Here's the 1-0 coming up from Kalia, who's standing in the shadow now as Trevor Madsen stands on second base. Had the single and then advanced to second on a pickle by Hammond, who scored a run. Strike, 1-1 here to Matt Rodriguez. 2 outs. It's been 2 outs. He got the first 2 outs. He got Jackson to walk, and then he got McGuigan and Dawson, 2 of the toughest hitters in the lineup, to get out. That one up the middle, second baseman on it. Ronholz over to first, and they do get the out, leaving 1 on base. But 3 runs on 3 hits, a couple odd plays, some luck on our side, and thank you to the sun. It's 4-1. Hastings Sodbusters lead it here at the end of 5. Coming right back, Duncan Field. Don't go anywhere. You're never sure what's going to happen here at the ball game, folks. We'll hear a message from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank of Hastings has again been awarded a 5-star rating by Bauer Financial Research. We know our customers appreciate having their local community bank at the top of safety and soundness ratings.
We are very proud of the 5-star designation and will work hard to maintain this level of excellence. Knowing our community and knowing our customers, it's what sets a community bank apart from others.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, member FDIC.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
All right, well, welcome back to Duncan Field as we had it was a very, very odd inning there. With 2 outs, the ball popped up to left field, and I knew as soon as it hit off the bat and got in the air that the left fielder, Walden, didn't see it at all, and he completely didn't. 25 feet, it fell to his right. 2 runs come around to score. Then the next batter, meanwhile, the runner ends up on second. Okay, that's Hammond. And so the next batter hits it out to center. It's just a weird play. They try to get Trevor Matson. They try to get the runner Hammond, who overran third in a pickle at home. The first baseman pretty much tackles him on accident, just loses his footing, but he's awarded home. And they probably would have been out at home. So very odd. So it brings up shortstop Dalton Frank. Frank comes up here. 4-1 now. Hastings Sodbusters. Scully back out there. 1 run on 5 hits he's given up. Going in there for a strike to Frank. 1 of 2 is Frank. And chopper down the third baseline is foul. No balls. No balls, 2 strikes. And McGuigan just able to not deflect that one behind the plate. So the official ruling is interference on the runner going home. Hammond he was tackled, and it was that by accident. I mean, they just got him in a pickle, and the first baseman was trying to get out of the way. And Hergert ended up running into him and falling on top of him, kind of, sort of, and then they throw it home. Well, then they awarded him home. Interference. The umpires got the call right on that one. Good job. Roller down the third base. Got to hurry. Matson across the diamond. Rodriguez cannot scoop it. It wasn't a great throw. And the runner's going all the way to third. They throw it to third. He is safe. So a 2-base error by Matson, who's mad at himself. Rodriguez did what he could to scoop it as Justin McGuigan gets quickly back to home. There's nobody near home plate. He would have scored if Matson didn't pick up the ball back to third, which wasn't a great throw either. So there is an error there. Don't let the defense start falling apart now, guys. You got 3 runs gifted to you last inning. So reaching on the error is Dalton Frank. And it brings up third place hitter Cade McGee. One ball, no strikes to Cade McGee. Staying on third base is Dalton Frank. E5 there on Madsen. 2 balls, no strike on a close pitch. Trayton Scully. There's some action in the bullpen a little bit for the Busters. Looks like some guys getting loose over there. 9 innings of winning going on here for the Busters. Fans, that one into left field. That'll easily score the run as Cahoy picks it up. And a single RBI there for Cade McGee. It's now 4-2 Hastings. Second hit of the evening for Cade McGee. Just pokes a little single out into left field. Nothing fancy, but that's all it needs to be. So the error coming back to bite the Busters as a run scores. However, it's not an earned run against Scully because it was on an error. Going in there for a strike. Davis. The ball's 1 strike to Tyler Davis, the catcher. He has a hit as well. Back in the 4th, they had 3 hits in the 4th. It was 3, 4, 5 hitters. Inside, 1-1 here to Davis. 1 run in already on 1 hit this inning for Western Nebraska. You had Cade McGee standing over on first base. Scully in his 6th inning of work. Fouled third base side by just a little ways from the dugout. So Trayton Scully, maybe his last inning as they get somebody warming up. But we'll see what happens here if he can get out of it. He did got to have a couple situations in this game. Here's 1 ball, 2 strikes Runner off first. Scully checks him over his shoulder. McGee with a pretty good lead, not going anywhere. Swung on and missed. 79, pulled the string on the changeup. Have a seat. 6 strikeouts for Scully tonight. So that brings up JT Walden, who had the big error last inning. Wasn't really an error, but he just lost the ball in the sun. Completely lost the ball in the sun. Had no idea where it was. One ball, no strikes. JT Walden. Left fielder's up. He does have a single as well. He's one of 2. "1-0 is the count. 1 out. 4-2 Hastings with the lead. Runner doesn't go. Pitch in there for a strike. A ball and a strike. Cheering for JT Walden because he is the beer batter. Scully in his 6th inning. Last time out last Saturday. He pitched 8 innings for us. Swung on and missed on that one. He loses the bat on 81. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Picks up his lumber. Jason Frew getting the crowd riled up here. I think they're riled up now. Wait till the bear batter strikes out. Then they get the discount on the brewski. Lead over at first for McGee. Not a big one. Rodriguez holding him on. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Good crowd going on here. Crowd noise. And, oh, little questionable call there. As they, crowd wants a discount. That's what they want. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to JT Walden. Pitch on the way from Scully. Fouled off third base side. He's doing everything he can to not strike out. Most teams are good sports about the beer batter thing. So runner on first here. He's been reached on error. 1 run in, 1 single. McGee singled after Frank reached on the error. He came all the way around on the 2-bag throwing error. Scored on the next play. Here is the pitch. Fell off first base side. So using the whole field here. The foul ground anyways is JT Walden. Take a look at the scoreboard here in a little bit from around the league. Has Walden and possibly chance to strike out here with the 3-2 counts. Let's see what he does. And pitch coming up here, 3-2. Scully checks his runner, runner not going, and foul on the third base side. So you're telling me there's a chance. Lots of great prizes being given away here tonight with the raffle tickets. Or being raffled away, I should say. Not given away, but kind of, sort of. 9 innings of winnings, thanks to all of our sponsors and all of our sponsors all season long as well. McGee dancing around at first. He's like, hey, don't forget about me over here. Scully's like, I see ya. He doesn't throw over a lot, Scully. He's got a pretty good move when he does. Him and Walden playing chess match. Finally, Walden steps out, calls time. Scully doesn't even move. He's locked in right now. Literally, he has not moved. Maybe his eyes. There he goes. He moves his glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-2 to JT Walden. John Ponder to up next. He has struck out twice. 1 out here. Busters lead 4-2. Western Nebraska put 1 on the board this inning, 1 in the first. Busters got theirs, 1 in the third, 3 in the very odd inning last inning in the 5th. Here's the 3-2 from Scully. That one fell off first base side out of play. Look over there. Look out over there by the bullpen. That's where that one goes. So the 3-2 coming up again. Walden doing a good job of staying alive here. McGee will probably be off and running on the pitch again here. Only 1 out. They're down by 2 runs. McGee does go. That one hit to right center field. That's easily going to fall in for a single. JT Cafferty gives it a run. That's going to be 2, possibly 3. Walden rounding second, heading for third. The run scores. They throw it to third. It's a good throw. And does he overslide the bag? No, he doesn't. He is safe. He is fired up. He says, how do you like that, beer batter? That thing was a shot to the power alley, and it just rolled to the scoreboard. JT playing shallow and more towards the line. It's a really good triple there for Walden. So, first extra base hit by either squad tonight. So Caden Edwards coming up to pinch hit. Edwards for Ponder. So we're hoping Ponders comes up because he strikes out quite a bit. But Edwards is in instead. Night for Ponder is done. Edwards has a 1-0 count here. Now 2-0. Timeout as Luke Bay comes out of the dugout. Going to go talk to his pitcher, Scully, to try to settle him down here a little bit. They have Edwards listed as a pitcher. But he's a pretty good hitter. Some numbers here on Edwards. Let me find those real quick for you. He's only batting 143. He's had 14 at-bats this season. Doesn't have an RBI. He's a left-handed bat off the bench, I guess. He's walked 3 times and struck out 5. So he is a pitcher. His bats often. So Scully had the unfortunate error by Madsen over at third. On the throw, the runner ended up all the way over to third on the 2-bag error by the time they got it back over to him. Cade McGee singled. Just let the run come in. You got Tyler Davis' strikeout. The beer batter JT Walden hit a triple a moment ago to power alley. A run scored. So 2 runs in this inning on 2 hits for Western Nebraska. Probably the last inning here for Scully. Fouled off third base side and out of play. He's in his 6th inning of work. 5 1/3, excuse me, technically. Pinch hitter here, Edwards. Caden Edwards is a pitcher for Ponder. 2-1, swung on and missed. 82 miles an hour on that one. Gronholz due up next. Runner on third is Walden. Had the triple. Cafferty playing straight away for the left-handed batter. That's where he was playing for Walden a moment ago, and it didn't pay off. Strike 3, frozen. Have a seat, Edwards. Ponder Edwards, it doesn't matter. Bring him up, we'll strike him out. In the 6th hole, and it brings up Kip Gronholz, 7th place hitter. 2 down, though, for the Pioneers. 4-3 is our score. Busters with 3 last inning, but 2 here for Western Nebraska. Strike 1 there to Trayton Scully. And the 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buster the mascot in the house. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on third, 2 runs in this inning for Western Nebraska. That one hit the center. Should be played by Jackson. He's running in very quickly and makes the running catch. He was playing deep. He's very fast, and luckily they leave a runner on base. But 2 hits, 2 runs, and a runner left on base. 4-3, Sodbusters coming back. They lead bottom of the 6th coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Stick around. We'll see what happens here in the 6th inning.
Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Welcome back to Duncan Field as a nail-biting inning there. 2 runs coming back for Western Nebraska, but they get out of it on a strikeout, so we'll see Carson Cahoy up this inning.
I'm a working mom.
What's that?
I don't have a lot of...
Yeah, we can do 3 outs for Scott. Let me get him plugged in here real quick. Scott Galusha joins me, and I can take that off of there if you want, Scott, and we'll give it to you a better range here for the microphone. All right, so Scott is here in the house. What a crazy, crazy 5th inning with the runner, the left fielder, missing the ball as Carson Cahoy steps in. And then the play with the runner getting tackled. I think for sure he probably would have been out at home, but they awarded because of the interference. So we'll take it however we can get it.
You know what they say all the time is you never know when you're going to see something you don't see very often in baseball. We've seen a lot of that already in just about 8 or 9 home games, and so it's great. What a beautiful night. What a great crowd. This is what we want. This is what we work for. And such a beautiful night out here to bring your family out and enjoy a lot of fun with a baseball game that gets in the way every once in a while.
3-0 here on the count to Carson Cahoy. How's the 9 innings of winning going? Give away the TV already?
Nope. Actually, we have 3 left.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's more than 1 TV.
No, there's one TV, but
Okay.
3 prizes
Oh,
left.
I see. Okay.
Next will be the Garth Brooks tickets.
There you go.
After that will be the 55-inch TV, and then after that will be the Traeger. And so the Traeger Grill. Traeger Grill was brought to you by us at the Sodbuster office, as well as Big G. The TV is brought to you by Sam's Club and the Sodbusters. And the Garth Brooks tickets are brought to you by Fox Stelter and Glenn Law. So
right.
got sponsors for that, and the turnout's been way better than we even thought, and it's just been wonderful.
Carson Cahoy on, trying to lay down the bunt is Ian Riley, and it fouls it back to the net. Ian, a last-minute scratch here for Monroe. The ball rolls down the net and back on the field, so there we go. So lots of great prizes. You know that 55-inch TV might fit in my car, but I'm not eligible. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, my wife asked the same thing. She said, I'd really like she wanted the Garth Brooks tickets first, and she'd like to go to the Royals game. But of course, you can't win if you're a team employee.
Sure.
Too bad. But I tell you what, we're going to try to do something as a group. I say it all the time when I'm up here, Fish. Family is the important thing.
Yeah.
And we're all part of one team. That's why we're successful.
How about this crowd? These guys are awesome. They're into this game. They're loving it. It's a good game back and forth. A bunt there by Riley. This time he gets it down. Cahoy over to second. He can't get the play off as Kalia tries to shovel pass it. He had to hurry as Riley runs pretty well down the line. 2 runners on here. Infield single for Ian Riley.
A perfect bunt there, and that pitcher had one choice to make. He had to try to sweep it. And that's a bunt hit for Ian Riley, and a great execution. Way to get your job done. That's what we preach every day. Do your job, whatever it takes. And he did his, and now Omar's got to do his.
Omar Jackson, been on base twice tonight, reached on error, walked. First time up, it looked like he was safe to me at first, but that's the way the ball goes. But, boy, this kid can play some ball, and he's really been finding his own here.
Yeah, effort is 100% all the time, and we just love it.
Kalia.
It's infectious.
Swung on and missed there by Jackson.
The neat part there is both the third baseman and the first baseman were in looking for bunts, and then Omar takes a huge swing, and they're both like, whoa. Well, they're both stepped back about 5 or 6 steps.
Yeah, they're in the corners here. And on
Creeping
the
in again. Now we're going to bunt.
That one popped up
a
to
little
right
slash,
field.
But needed to get that on the ground.
Smelko, with a good arm, not going to challenge him out there in left field. It would have been a nice place there maybe to sink Cahoy because the third baseman was playing so far in on the bunt. The shortstop wouldn't have been able to make it to third on a stolen base, I don't think.
Well, we try to slash there, and when you try to slash, that means you're going to show bunt. The runner, the defensive guys are going to crash, and you're supposed to pull it back and slap it on the ground. And unfortunately, that ball was in the air, and that took that play out of its effectiveness. And hopefully McGuigan and Dawson can pick us up here.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters all have a single tonight, and when McGuigan and Dawson aren't getting on, the other guys are hitting. Cafferty, Hammond, Matson, Cahoy's got a hit tonight. Riley had the bunt a moment ago. So everybody doing it in the lineup tonight, 1 through 9. Good game, 4-3 Busters lead.
Yeah, it's been pitched pretty well. We made a couple defensive mistakes that cost us cost us a little bit, but those are little things that we continue to work on, continue to grow as a team, because those are mostly team mistakes. You're not quite used to the guy you're playing with yet.
Pitch on the way, the 1-0 in there for a strike. And, Scully had a great performance against Wood City on that 15-0 game last weekend. Comes out today. Still not pitching, not nearly that effective, but still not a bad guy. And any night you'd be happy to throw him out there.
Well, he's just done a great job at battling. And again, for the second night in a couple games, they haven't had their best stuff. They haven't got off to a great start, but they hang in there and give us innings, and that's what a good starting pitcher does. And we're proud of Scully. Matter of fact, his mother won the Kansas City Royal tickets, so the Scully family is happy.
That's awesome.
But it's just been a wonderful night. I got to say hi to my mom and dad. My dad's
How's
back
your dad
home.
doing?
He's doing
Good?
great.
Good.
He's back home relaxing. Hopefully he's listening tonight. Dad, if you're listening, I love you. Keep getting better, and we got to get your butt out at the park here one of these nights. It's a beautiful night.
All right, Jack, right?
Jack is correct.
All right, very good. Get well there, Jack. Good to have you on the broadcast. And come on out and hang out with me up here. It's nice and air conditioned if he wants.
It is nice up here.
2-1. That one almost gets away from Davis. It does for a moment, but no chance. He's had a hard time behind the plate, but he's managed to keep everything in front of him, Davis.
Well, those pitches are hard to get, and that's what your job is, to keep it in front of you. And that was a good read by Carson that time. That one wasn't quite far enough to make it happen, and especially on a 3-1 pitch. Hard to throw strikes to McGuigan.
Here's the 3-1 coming up from Kalia. His relief pitcher came on last inning for Garza. 2 runners on here for the Busters. They're threatening with 1 out and ball 4. Bases loaded now. Walks hurting Western Nebraska. It's good to see Walks hurting another team tonight.
Yeah, they were a little pretty damaging last night. I'm pretty sure I have more gray hair on both sides of my head from that last night. We only gave up 4 hits and lost the ball game. That should never happen at this level. And unfortunately, we just couldn't find the strike zone.
3 walks for Kalia now, and 2 was given up by Garza. So 5 walks total. You got to capitalize on this. And back to the goes to Cole Dawson, your best hitter. I mean, the guy's only, he's only hitting in the 400s. That one just short. This could be 2. No, they go over to first. Don't play to go. Gets the run in nonetheless. He'll take that. And Buster scored 5-3.
Got the job done. Pretty good pitch to hit. Just kind of jammed himself a little bit. But he hit it in the right spot, and we were able to get 1 in and at least answer the 2 spot that Western Nebraska scored in the top of the inning.
So RBI there for the first base, for the shortstop.
Yep.
What about that play he made earlier in the game in the second inning? That backhanded in the hole. That was crazy.
Yep.
Ozzie Smith-like.
Yes, he's just a fantastic player.
JT pops it up here in the infield. The 2 outs, runners going. Who's going to get it? Shortstop over and does make the catch, and Busters stay on.
Well, Fish, I'd love to stay, but I got to go give away another prize.
Go give away some prizes.
Thank you so much. People, come out and join us at the ballpark. This is where you want to be with your family. It's a beautiful night, beautiful atmosphere, good baseball, and a lot of fun for everybody. Thanks a lot.
6:35, first pitch tomorrow. Thanks, Scott, for coming up. We'll take a break, come right back. This is Sodbuster Baseball as we hear a message here from Sam's Club. Thanks a lot, Sam's Club, for your sponsorship of Sodbuster Baseball. My computer is being stupid on me here. Here we go, and we'll do... I can't find my Sam's Club ads. There it is. Okay, here we go.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Pitching change here for the Sodbusters. They bring in Rand Sanders. Rams closed it out the other nights against Fremont. Came in with a couple runners on and ended up finishing out the inning for us. And you talk to him, and he's a very confident young man, loves the game of baseball, and enjoying this team here with these guys this year. So Rand Sanders. Night is done for Trayton Scully. Numbers on him officially for the right-hander. Get it here off my box score. We have Trayton went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those earned. A walk, 7 strikeouts, 24 batters faced. Another good job there by Scully. Busters able to scrape together a run in the 5th on 1 hit. They did leave 2 on base. Could have been a lot more damage. But, hey, every run counts. They scored 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. Western Nebraska had 1 in the 1st and 2 in the 6th. 5-3, Pioneers trail. 8-9-1 to up here for Western Nebraska. Scheduled is Hergert, Mariquin, and Smelko. So Hergert comes up the first baseman tonight, flown out twice, both times to Jackson in center. Don't think that Omar doesn't know that. Keep track of where the guy flew out. I didn't do that when I first started playing baseball, and then when I got older, I tried to remember what each guy flew out to and say, hey, it's coming to you or came to me last time or whatever. Strike 1 there, Rand Sanders. Rand's in the game, 5.78 ERA. Where's number 10? 1 ball, 1 strike here. He works quickly. It's Rand's second pitcher of the night. And the 1-1 offering from the right-hander. Pop to center field once again. Jackson, shallow left center, makes the catch 3 times in a row. Hergert has flown out to center field. Omar was ready for that one down here. In the top of the 7th. It's hard to believe top of the 7th already in this game. Rand Sanders, this is his 5th appearance. 5.78 ERA. He's pitched 4 and 2/3 innings. Get up 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. His record is 1-1. He does have a save from the other night. Gave up a double. Batting average against him is .304. So Mariquin comes up. Nate Mariquin, the right fielder, has struck out and grounded out. Lots of great prizes being given away tonight on the raffle, or being raffled off. No balls, 1 strike to Mariquin. Scoreboard has him 0-2, but it's only 1 pitch thrown. And maybe it is 0-2. They have 2 pitches thrown. Okay, now it's 3. I'm sorry, I missed one. They fooled me once before on this game. One time they had 1 ball, 3 strikes up there. I usually go by what Andy has, and he didn't have anything when I didn't have anything. Andy Chase, our stat guy, best in the business. Fly to left, Cahoy on it. And there's 2 down quickly here for the Pioneers in the 7th. Fly out to center, fly out to left. Back to top of the order with Smelko. He walked, otherwise they've been keeping him at bay pretty good. Strikeout and a pop-out. Still doesn't have a hit in the series, which is pretty amazing for the leadoff hitter. The walks and stuff last night, he was on base, had 2 at-bats, walked 3 times. There's a bunt. They're going to have to hurry. Madsen in between, hop over to first. They overthrow. Ooh, the runner runs into the first baseman, and Rodriguez goes down. He is hurt. And runner Smelko checking on him. It was a collision at first as he tried to catch the ball and make the tag on Madsen's throw, which was not a great one. Smelko very quickly. Rodriguez gets up and limps around. He's had a tough season as a sodbuster. He had a runner slide into his arm one time at second base. And he had an injury this year in college baseball as well. Smelko picks up his glove and says, no hard feelings, man. I'm just trying to tag the base. And he was. I mean, they did nothing intentional there. It's just the throw was on the inside, the outside part of the bag instead of the inside. And so Rodriguez tried to catch the bag and tag the runner at the same time. And Smelko ran into him. They're giving each other high fives and smiles. So everybody's good over there. It's good to see him up. And good sportsmanship there by Smelko. That is a hit nonetheless. Infield single. Trevor Madsen having a tough time making those throws from third to base tonight over to first. Kind of a different lineup. You have Riley over at second. A lot of times you see him at third, Madsen at first, and Rodriguez at second. These typical, that would be your infield, but trying something different tonight. 1 ball, no strike here to Dalton Frank. 4th batter of the inning. I think our radar gun is failing us here. It's at 113. He throws hard, but not that hard. Liner into left field. That's going to fall for a hit. So 2 hits in a row here. After getting 2 outs, Rand Sanders surrenders 2 hits. Just poked it into left field, did Frank. And the 2-out rally coming up here now for Western Nebraska Pioneers. Rand Sanders' first inning of relief. And it brings up Cade McGee. He's got 2 hits, 2 singles, and a flyout to right field. So Sanders came in, got 2 flyouts, and then gave up 2 singles. And catcher McGuigan wants to go talk to Sanders. Says, hey, let's make sure we're on the same page here. Ian Riley works his way over too. The second baseman has something to say. Maybe this guy's taking too big a lead at second. We can throw back there or something like that. Expedition League scores. Update you here from some other games of interest in the league. Source Valley now leading 11-4 over Sioux Falls Sunfish. So Busters could move back up. They're a half game behind in last place to Sioux Falls, but if Sioux Falls loses and we win, we'll move back up ahead of them. 5-3 our score, 2 outs. Pitch in there to a strike to Cade McGee. Canyon County 9, Spearfish Sasquatch none. Fremont 4 at home, leading 4-1 over Pierre. And Mining City Tommyknockers 4-1 leading at Casper. Our score 5-3. Hastings with the lead, 2 outs here. In the top of the 7th, 2 runners on for the Pioneers. The 0-1 coming up from Rand Sanders from Grand Island. And a strike there. Rand Sanders went to Grand Island Northwest. Grew up with really, really good friends with left fielder Carson Gahoy. They were good buddies for a long, long time. Played a lot of baseball together. Still keeping contact even though they're separate colleges. The 0-2, Sanders, 1 pitch away from finishing out the inning here. Looking for his first strikeout since coming in relief. 2 on, 2 out. That one way upstairs. Ball 1. So you got Hergert and Mariquin to fly out. And then Smelko had the infield single. Dalton Frank has single to left. So Smelko stands on second. And Frank stands on first. Smelko can really run. So you want to make sure to just get this guy out or try to get the easy out if it's a ground ball. Don't worry about getting Smelko out. Try to get the guy at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cade McGee. Rand Sanders in relief here. Busters leading 5-3 on a Saturday night. Beautiful Saturday night here. Duncan Field shadows pretty much over most of the field except for right and part of center. Shade, lights will be coming on here in a little while. Great crowd. They're really into the game here and they're getting a good one. Here's the 1-2 from Rands. Hit to center field. Jackson runs in on his horse and almost overruns it, but makes the catch, and they leave 2 runs on base. So 2 hits, no runs in, and 2 left on base. And at the end of 6.5, it's 5-3, 7th inning stretch here at Duncan Field, with the Busters leading 5-3. Now a word from Rutz.
Time out. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Rutz Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit RutzHeatingandAir.com.
Nebraska has some of the most beautiful state parks in the country. And to celebrate their 100th anniversary, the Nebraska Lottery announces our Great Outdoors Getaway promotion. Through June 8, 2021, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch ticket for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and Nebraska Lottery and Game and Parks merchandise. State parks as great as ours deserve a promotion as great as this. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
Western Nebraska got 2 runners on with 2 outs, but stranded him on base as Van Sanders got him out of the inning on Cade McGee getting out. So Busters will come up here, still leading 5-3. Chance to add to that lead in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Josh Salmon, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. Nate Miller to my right, running the cameras. Steve Stein on the PA tonight. Otherwise, you hear him normally on the broadcast as well. It'll be up for the Busters: Hammond, Matson, and Rodriguez. 5, 6, 7 for the Sodbusters this inning against Kalia. Kalia back out there. So, no balls, 1 strike. Discount on the Brewskis. That's what the cheering's for here. No ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way, and that one well inside to Hammond. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jack Hammond. Kalia. So Kalia in his 3rd inning of relief. Garza started, went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, not earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Kalia came in. 2 innings thus far, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. So imagine him having some kind of short leash this inning. There are some bodies moving around the bullpen for Western Nebraska. Nobody throwing at the moment that I can tell. It's kind of a tough view from here. Here's the 2-2 coming up. Jack Hammond, strike 3 call in the outside corner. He knew it. It's been called a couple times tonight. I'm not necessarily agreeing that it's a strike, but it is a strikeout. And strikeout looking for Jack Hammond. So 1 down. Here in the 7th. Brings up Trevor Madsen. Madsen having a tough time on defense over at 3rd. Overthrew a runner earlier, and then made a tough throw to Rodriguez. Almost made him get tackled by Smelko last inning. 1-0 here coming up to Madsen. Misses outside, 2-0. Kalia does work quickly. They say that. He takes a break. Makes a liar out of me, don't they? Every time. Trevor Madsen. Played almost every game he's been here with the Busters. Plays a lot. And why not? He's a good bat, good guy to have on the team, good baseball player. One ball, 2 strikes to Trevor Madsen. Busters lead 5-3. That one foul off first base side. Able to make the catch over there is Hergert, the first baseman. So fouling out on the first base side is Madsen for the 2nd out of the inning. Madsen is 1 of 3. Brings up Matt Rodriguez, who took one for the team on the defense as he was trying to catch a ball from Madsen. Ran into by Smelko. Seems to be okay, though, as he got the stinger. He's flown out twice, grounded out once in the ball game against Kalia. This is one of the better innings Kalia's had. That one called a strike. Rodriguez didn't like it at all. Matt Rodriguez, first baseman tonight. The 0-1 coming up from Kalia. That one misses. Now, see, that one looked more like a strike than the one before it to me. But I'm up here. I am right behind home plate, though. Just higher up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Kalia kicks and delivers. Busters lead 5-3. Swung and fouled. First base side out of play by Matt Rodriguez. Come to Duncan Field. If you're not sitting in the stands, you're in the concession stand or just pulling in the parking lot late in the game or anytime during the game after first pitch, be aware, be watching for foul balls because they can go anywhere. There's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Good take by Rodriguez. If he should get on, then Carson Gahoy would come up. He's been on base twice. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2-run lead for the Busters. 5-3, bottom 7. Josh Salmon with you. Nate Miller to my right running your cameras. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on that one. Got him on 79. And down go the Busters and Matt Rodriguez here in the 7th. But they still lead by 2. Would have been nice to put one on the board there, but it's not going to happen. So we'll see what Rand Sanders can do when he comes back out here in the 8th inning. We'll take a break. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Coming right back after word from Graham Tire.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
No, Busters couldn't get anything going there in the bottom of the 7th, but Rand Sanders comes back out on the hill. For Western Nebraska, Tyler Davis will lead things off here. For the Pioneers, trailing by 2, 5-3. Busters losing yesterday. Would be nice to have a run in last inning, but it'd be nice to have a W nonetheless here in the game. Trevor Matson moves over to first base. Ian Riley back over to second, and Matt Rodriguez to second. Riley to third, I should say. So this alignment makes a little more sense to me. Not that I'm doubting the manager, but guys back in more comfortable positions as Matson's at first, Rodriguez to second, and Riley over to third. It doesn't change the batting order, it's just their positioning. So here is Davis, switch hitting catcher. Up right-handed this time. Swung on and missed. 80 miles an hour there from Rand Sanders. So Davis, and then Walden due up next. Oh, okay, sorry. So Monroe is over at second base. Rodriguez out of the game. Thank you, Nate. They're similar builds, so yep, now he turns around and I see the number 6. No balls, 2 strikes on Tyler Davis. Rand Sanders brings it. And that one just missed a little high. Nice framing job by McGuigan, but not buying it is the umpire. One more game tomorrow, then the Busters are off Monday, and there's 13 games left in the month of June, and 3 of those at home. The 23rd and then doubleheader on the 24th. Otherwise, they're on the road for quite a while in the month of June. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broken lumber there, so new stick for Tyler Davis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So again, the infield alignment now is Monroe is at second. Madsen moves over to first. Riley over to third. And Rodriguez out of the game. So Monroe was originally supposed to start at second. Got scratched for Riley. Apparently no injury, nothing, because he's out there now. So that's good to see. Chopper third base side and fouled. So Monroe will bat in the 7th spot in the order. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Busters lead 5-7. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Hastings. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Western Nebraska. Thanks for tuning in. Josh Salmon, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. Here's a pitch from Rand Sanders. Swung on a miss, blew by him. Have a seat, pal. 86 miles an hour to Tyler Davis. 3 strikeouts, a silver sombrero for Davis. He's not happy with himself. He has a single also. I've done the silver sombrero many times. I was also done the golden sombrero. I've struck out 4 times in a game once. But one time I reached base on the catcher dropping the ball. So there you go. JT Walden comes up. Here's your beer batter. Tripled last time up. That shot to right center field. Be advised that JT Cafferty is well aware of that. That went upstairs. He's also singled and flew out to center field. So Walden had that blunder in left field where he lost the ball in the sun, but then the next inning comes up and hits a triple, and everybody forgets about that play. On his team, anyways. Difference maker, though, because their Busters are up by 2. Here's the 1-0 offering. Walden pops it sky high. Center field, Jackson camps out underneath it, waiting for it to come down, and does. That thing was hit a mile high and brought rain just about. And he flies out to center field. So 2 for 4 is Walden. And it brings up Kate Edwards. Nope. So Dietz is going to hit here. Dietz must have went out in the field for Edwards last time who pinch hit. It's interesting we saw Dietz pitch last night. And strike one called on Dietz. Nope, ball one, sorry. Scoreboard got me again. I'm going to bring up my other scoreboard here on my computer. It never gets me, barely. The 1-0 coming up here to Deeds. Charlie Deeds pitched last night. Actually took the win in last night's game, which is interesting. So Charlie Deeds up there. Here is the 1-1 from Rand Sanders in there for a strike. Deeds steps out, takes a practice swing. And they still don't have Deeds on their roster, so I have no stats on him because I can't find anything for him. Let me look on their stats page. Down the third base line, that is a fair ball. Fair by about 8 inches, right past Riley at third. And nice piece of hitting there by Deeds. Just took it the opposite field right down the line. So took the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. And again, Rand Sanders has a hard time finishing off the third out. He got 2 out last innings. He had 2 hits, then struck out the batter. This time he gets 2 outs, and then gives up a single. And so for Deeds, single for him. Stands on second base. That's actually a double, excuse me, down the line into left field. 1 ball, no strikes here to Gronholz. Yeah, I have no stats or anything on Deeds. Apparently he doesn't exist in their lineup. He's not on the roster. He's not on the batting. He's only in pitching because we know he pitched last night, so there should be something of him. Some teams do better than others on their stats. There is Deeds pitching. He's played in 4 games this year, but apparently it's the first time he's batted. Here is the 1-1. He stands on second base as Charlie Deeds. Oh, I found Deeds. There he is. He's had 13 at-bats. 385 batting average. And they got him listed as utility guy. 1-2 here, Rand Sanders trying to finish off the inning. Is Deeds. Or excuse me, is Sanders. Deeds stands on second. The 1-2 offering. Got him, strike 3 on the check swing, and they leave the runner on base. So Rands gives up a hit, but cleans up the mess. It's 1 hit, no runs, and 1 stranded. At the end of 7.5, it's still Sodbusters 5 and Pioneers 3. We'll be right back after this. Take a break here from Duncan Field. Bottom of the 8th. Coming up, a message from Graham Tire.
Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
A little drama between innings here as the bottom of the 8th coming up, and Western Nebraska Pioneer manager Antonio Garcia didn't like the call, and frankly, it was a check swing, and it could have gone either way. We know the umpiring in this series has been very questionable for the last 3 series, and after this weekend, we won't see these guys for a while. But nonetheless, Antonio Garcia got ejected from the game, and he was getting his money's worth. He got a lot of words in there, but he's gone. And so Carson Cahoy leads things off here for the Busters. It'll be Cahoy, and then Monroe. No, I take that back. Riley still in there. So it'll be Cahoy, Riley, and then Jackson. 5-3 Sodbusters. Kalia's still out there. Had a really good inning last inning. 3 innings pitched for him. He's given up 4 runs, but last inning he was 1-2-3 through the Busters. First pitch misses there to Carson Cahoy. Carson's been on base twice, a walk, a single, and a strikeout. Could use an extra couple runs here. 5-3 is going to be safe against this tough Pioneers team. That went in there for a strike. Nice breaking ball at 68. Carson. Set, ready. Kalia works quickly. A little chopper down to the catcher. He barehands it, throws it down to first. Nice play there by Davis. That's a tough one to barehand. I thought maybe the pitcher was going to get it, but it was just a couple feet out in front of home plate. So good job by the catcher Davis to retire the very speedy Cahoy. 1 down here for the Busters. Brings up Ian Riley. So Riley, now the third baseman in the game. Batting in the 9th hole, he is 1 of 3. He had that bunt single last time up in the 6th. Josh Salmon with you. Nate Miller to my right running your cameras. That one back to the pitcher. Buster's not getting good swings at all. Underhands it over to first, and there's 2 down. 1 pitch, 1 out there. And so 1 for 3. Brings up Omar Jackson. Crowd chanting Omar. No pressure on him. So, working very quickly with 2 outs here is Omar Jackson. He's only thrown like 4 pitches this inning. That went in there for a strike, 83 miles an hour from Kalia. He really got hit hard in the 5th. Came back in the 6th inning, gave up the bunt single and a couple walks, but got out of it. The 7th went 1-2-3 to the Busters. Swung on and missed 0-2 now to Omar Jackson here. 76 miles an hour on that one. Kalia really battling back. His 4th inning of work. He works very quickly. Sometimes you want to do something, and Omar steps out of the box to try to. Takes a little time here. Waiting for a sign that he likes is Kalia. And the 0-2. Jackson down the line. That is a foul ball. Too bad, because that would easy be a double. Every time I say Kalia works quickly, he stops on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Buster still up by 2, but boy, it would be nice to get somebody on base and get something going here. That's going to be a hit to center field. Center fielder Smelko is back. And and makes the catch. It's hard to get anything past him out there. So no runs, no hits, nobody going, nothing doing here for the Busters in the 8th. And our score is 5-3. Top of the 9th coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll take a message here from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank of Hastings has again been awarded a 5-star rating by Bauer Financial Research. We know our customers appreciate having their local community bank at the top of safety and soundness ratings.
We are very proud of the 5-star designation and will work hard to maintain this level of excellence. Knowing our community and knowing our customers, it's what sets a community bank apart from others.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, member FDIC.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
They just gave away the $700 Traeger grill here at Duncan Field, and there's a guy that has about 300 new best friends That's a nice grill. I hope they wrote his address down because we're all coming over later for steaks. That guy looks like he'd be cool with it, too. He's slapping fives as he goes. Now he's going back up to slapping fives again through the crowd here. So, ninth inning, 5-3. Rand Sanders back out there. Let's see if he can finish it out for the Busters. This will be another save situation for him. Be his second save of the season if we can get it. Had the one against Sweet City last time. Or Fremont, I'm sorry. So great chance here for a save. Western Pioneers not going to roll over easily, though. It's going to be a pinch hitter, looks like. They're going to send up a pinch hitter here for Western Nebraska. And Brian Webb. We saw Webb in yesterday's game at first base, so Webb comes up to bat for Hergert. He'll probably take over at first if we do need a bottom of the ninth. I'm glad I wrote in pencil. I have a lot of changes here. First pitch misses for a ball. Ball one. Rand Sanders in relief. Third inning of work for him. Rands has a save against the Moo on June 9th, a few days ago. That one misses for ball two. Did the guy get his grill? Just won a $700 Traeger grill. He's got 300 new best, probably close to 400 new best friends here tonight. The 2-0 coming up from Rands. Busters 3 out away from a W. Fouled off by Webb on the third base side. Webb played at first base last night. Went 1 for 5. 2 RBIs in the game. Struck out 3 times, though. 2-1 coming up here for Rand Sanders. Defense playing deep in the outfield. Back on the infield as well. Strike in there. And strike 2. Webb didn't like it at all. So right before this inning, last inning, I guess, the manager for Western Nebraska got kicked out of the game. You know, acting managers over in the base coach, third base coach didn't like it at all. Now, welcome to our umpiring. We've seen these guys for 3 series. We've seen 3 coaches ejected in 3 series. R2 at one time, and then during the Weed City game. Swung on and missed, got him. Webb, strikeout victim. Have a seat, he's done. 1 down. So Rand Sanders comes in, strikes out the first batter. He sees in the 9th. 3 strikeouts for Rands. Five batters faced, 3 of them he has struck out. The last 5 of the last 5. And Mariquin tries to bunt, but it doesn't work down the third base line. It's foul. Rand Sanders came in the 7th. Faced 9 batters, has struck out 3 of them. The 0-1 up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Busters fans, I don't think anybody's left tonight. Great crowd here tonight. I'd like to see you out here tomorrow for game number 3 of this series. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Rand Sanders kicks and delivers. That one well outside. Wow, that was called a strike. That was outside by about 8 inches. And now the third base coach is in danger of getting ejected. He's got a right to argue in that thing. That was way outside. The catcher almost had full extension on it. So third base coach getting his words in over there. He has a legitimate argument on that one. That wasn't anywhere close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. To Mariquin. Nate Mariquin swings at perhaps a ball. But at this point, you've got to swing at those because they're probably going to be called strikes anyways, right? I mean, that's just kind of the way the game has gone. One ball, 2 strikes. Rand Sanders going for the strikeout, and Chopper just staying alive is Merriquin. So we'll do the 1 and 2 again here. Good job staying on by Merriquin. The 1 and 2 popped up. Who's going to get it? Third baseman Ian Riley runs over and camps out, makes it in the foul ground. There's 2 down for the Busters, 1 out away here. 0 for 4 is Merriquin tonight. And Merriquin went 0 for 3 last night, but had 2 walks. Eric Smelko, he's 1 of 3 tonight with a walk. First pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Busters leading 5-3. Rand Sanders 1 out away from earning the save. Good pitching tonight for Scully, who'd be the pitcher of record for the win. It's a chopper. This should do it. Second base, Monroe. Over to Madsen, and they win it. The W for the Busters. They take game number 2, 5-3 against Western Nebraska. Rubber game to be tomorrow. Recap some numbers and come back. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Your Hastings Sodbusters win it 5-3. Post-game show on the way.
The meadowlark says. The turkey says. The squirrel says. The Nebraska Lottery says.
Enter your non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch tickets for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and more. It's the Nebraska Lottery's Great Outdoors Getaway Promotion.
The lawyers say.
Promotion runs through June 8th, 2021. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
Welcome back to the post-game show as Rand Sanders gets the save. Trayton Scully with the win, and Kalia gets the loss. As you know, he gave up 4 runs in the game, so Kalia will be your losing pitcher. Michael Kalia didn't pitch a bad game. He had that one really bad inning, but that pretty much cost him from there. And the bullpen, as we talked to Coach Wagner about the game, he said before the game, says bullpens needs to pick us up, and they did tonight. Buster scored 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th, and then couldn't do anything after that. They had some opportunities, but the bullpen came in and was lights out, mainly with Rand Sanders coming in the 7th. And gave up a couple hits, gave up 3 hits, but he struck out 4 guys in that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Got some key situations when they got some runners on, and beat a very tough squad out here tonight. Only 1 error for the Busters. That's, again, another positive, and they take a win. So we'll look at the scoreboard here and see how that affects their standings. As last I saw, Sioux Falls was getting beat pretty bad tonight, and they are 16-5 at home. They're in the 7th inning. So if they lose and we win, we move back up in the 5th place, and their half game behind us. Fremont leading 4-1. They were only 1 game ahead of Western Nebraska coming into tonight. Spearfish Sasquatch losing 12-3. And Steve Stein's going to join me here on the post-game show as Canyon County beating them 12-3. Mining City Tommy Knocker 7-1. Steve, let me hook you up a mic here real quick, and you can talk about the game. There was some odd plays in this game, especially in that 5th inning. Some things where the left fielder missed the ball and lost it in the sun, and then the runner gets tackled here at home. But things like that just happen, and that's actually kind of the difference of the game, really.
And it was kind of vindication after last night when the Sodbusters totally dominated offensively and lost. Today they get out, hit 10-7, and win 5-3. Really fun game. I mean, Sodbusters, it seems like they always spot the other team one in the top half of the first, but they had a pretty good approach at the plate. Because I'll tell you what, Western Nebraska starter was a dude. I mean, lefty hitting upper 80s. And they battled against him, got the game tied. That big 3-run inning. You mentioned Jack Hammond got the fortuitous 3-0 hit. I mean, it would have been a fly ball out, but the son here at Duncan Field helped his cause, and then he was involved in the goofy play later when he overran third base. and was going to be out, but just bad luck for Western Nebraska. I mean, the third baseman just basically ran into him, and so Hammond was going to be out, but it was the right call, and the Sodbusters put the finishing touches on that inning, and then really good. Well, first of all, Trayton Scully. Talk about a bulldog. He really did a good job when the game was on the line to gut his way through that inning and to keep his team in the lead. Scully did a nice job there, and then Rand Sanders closed it out. It was a solid game. It was fun baseball, and now you get a chance to hear from the coach.
All right, going to hear from Coach Chandler Wagner. And, Coach, it's nice to see somebody else get thrown out of the game for some arguments of balls and strikes. And he had a legitimate argument.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think he did what he had to do for his team. I'll kind of leave it at that. I don't think he's the kind of guy that loses his temper. So, yeah, he did what he had to do for his team.
Well, look at your guys. You talked about bullpen before the game. They said they need to come in and do a good job. Trayton Scully didn't do bad, but it was time to get him out of there. And, we held him off. Rand Sanders came in. Bullpen did a great job. The defense picked up when they need to, and they got the hits, and just all around good.
Yeah, Scully was awesome. Got hit around a little bit early, but he bounced back and gave us some big zeros on the board. So proud of him. He's a tough kid, and it's tough getting that kid out of the game. He's one of those guys that does not like to come out. So I'm proud of him. He's pretty pumped up to see how he did and bounce back after the first.
Two Sodbusters with one Sodbuster with 2 hits tonight, and that was Justin McGuigan. But you look and they have 10 hits, and we have 7. They hit us, as Steve said, but it's nice for us to have the W out there and to win this. And we move back up in the 5th above Sioux Falls, who's losing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a couple big double plays that got us out of some innings. They had bases loaded, no outs, and I think they went either strikeout or pop up, and then went double play after that. So that was a huge inning for us to get out of that without giving up. I think anytime we got in trouble today, we minimized the damage, and 1 spot in the 1st and then a 2 spot in the 6th. So, we just did a good job of getting out of danger there.
Well, I like the aggressiveness on the base paths. You had 3 stolen bases tonight, and 2 of those were at the same time by 2 different guys. I like the aggressiveness and making things happen. Small ball.
Yeah, I mean, I trust these guys to run in the right situation. So a lot of them, guys that run well, they have the green light, and I trust them to be smart out there, so they have been so far.
Awesome, very good. Game 3 coming up tomorrow, and then you guys get a break on Monday and then hit the road for a little while. Who you got ready to throw tomorrow? Any idea yet?
Yeah, I think Schroeder's going to start for us, and then it's going to be kind of by committee after that. So we'll see who ends up out there.
Okay, a little bit different alignment tonight with the lineup. We'll try some guys at different positions and later back in more comfortable positions for them. Just trying to get a little versatility there.
Yeah, and I just wanted to get my bats in the lineup, and I wanted to get my best lineup out there that I thought today and against this matchup, and that's what I ran out there today. Who knows if that's a matchup I think is right tomorrow, but for today, that's what I wanted, and I think it worked out pretty well.
Awesome atmosphere tonight with the promotion of one of the biggest crowds, probably the biggest crowd we've had all season here at Duncan Field, and it's like having another member of the team.
Yeah, that was great. It was pretty electric out there.
All right, very good. Chandler Wagner joins us on the W. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
5-3, Sodbusters win it here. We'll take one more break and come back and recap some numbers on the post-game show. We'll get Steve Stein back in here one more time as well. Let's take a break and come right back.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Busters win it 5-3, and Steve Stein joined me once again. What a fun game this was to watch and to be at. So the giveaways and the win, and just an all-around good game. I mean, Busters only had the one error. The pitching came through when they needed to. This is baseball the way it's meant to be played. Hats
off to Scott Galusha, too, the general manager, and Brian Frew as well. But Scott tonight in particular was running everywhere, getting the contest going. This was the night that Scott and Brian envisioned in terms of what Sodbuster baseball should be all around? Number one, a great product, game 2 hours long, tremendous pitching, a lot of twists and turns in it, and then the crowd was into it. I mean, a true, you want to say minor league baseball, but that's kind of what the feel is if you go to a minor league game. Tremendous crowd, just a great atmosphere, and this is what you hope to see more of. And these same two teams are going to go at it tomorrow, and it's going to be a little, I don't want to say chippy, but there was some words I think exchanged during the course of the game. There's some also really good sportsmanship too. I know when they had the big collision over at first, the guys kind of got together and hugged, but I think emotions were high, shall we say, between the two teams, and it looks to be a rubber game of the series tomorrow. It's going to be fun and the last chance to see the Hastings Sodbusters at home for a while.
Yeah, and it's a lot of these guys knew each other coming into this series. A lot of just former players with other players, or they've known them in different leagues or whatever. So you also see the respect of some of the players. Like something hit out to Smelker and left, they're not challenging his arm at third. He's got a great arm. They know that. Same thing with Cahoy. They know he's fast. They know Jackson's fast, some of those guys. So you see some of the player respect on there as well. I do like Smelker running into the first baseman, say, hey, didn't mean to. You're on the bag, and that's kind of sportsmanship stuff. You see the coaches out there talking now about things. So that's been kind of fun. There have been some exchanges back and forth, but that make the rivalry fun as well. And as you said, the fans really, really played a big part tonight in the atmosphere and just got the players psyched up, and that helps. I mean, players, they notice that stuff, especially in a crowd this big. Most of these kids have never played in front of crowds this big, so that makes a really good atmosphere and a fun ball game for everybody.
And that's one nice thing about the level of players that Hastings got. They didn't recruit a lot of D1ers this year because, quite frankly, when they were starting to put their roster together, there was concern that D1 baseball season may be going into June because of the COVID deal, so they kind of shied away from that. So you mentioned it. You got a lot of JUCO kids, a lot of D2 players who are really seeing this kind of atmosphere and probably appreciate it more than a D1 kid coming in would. So I think, the fans are going to embrace that. The guys are, getting a chance to sign autographs. Some of these guys are getting interviewed for the first time. So it's a fun summer for these guys, too, and I think they're really enjoying baseball.
And they are, and we're enjoying baseball, too. It's the rubber game coming up tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch. We'd love to see you out here and enjoy the atmosphere with you here at Duncan Field. For Steve Stein, Chandler Wagner, the entire Sodbuster team, I'm Josh Salmon. Signing off. You guys have yourself a wonderful Saturday night. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, done.